Music matters. Kid Lords.
Yes,
Appreciate you guys having me. Appreciate you guys sitting through the long setup, all the mics and everything. How you guys feeling?
Good. How about you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm pumped for this. Good morning. Yeah, it's nice to do another interview outside. I've done back-to-back outside. I don't usually get to do that, but I like it 'cause it's nice.
For sure.
Yeah, there's no wind either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Usually there's wind.
Yeah, huh? Lucky, huh?
Hella
Windy
nice
around
today.
here,
Hella
usually.
nice today, but-
Yeah, but how I found you guys. So first off, before we start, let me say like I'm a big fan of you guys. Like I love your shit. Yeah, of course. And I think the reason that is because I feel like there's not much coming out of the Bay like you guys right now, especially at your size. Like I feel like it's just a matter of time. Like, cause I mean I interview a lot of people, but it's like I don't know. You guys, I see a lot in you. And
Thank you.
yeah, for sure. And like how I found you was kind of blew me away. I was watching a Hive Mind. Yeah, they're
Shalom
Shalom.
for the song. We have a homie that like actually got us like got them to show.
He's the one who submitted our song for us.
Who?
Shalomi.
Shalom.
So like, yeah, I'll send you his after like or
Uh-huh.
whatever. But yeah, his name is Shalom or Shalomi, and then yeah, he hella watches those live streams, so he fucking
For the song.
yeah, he sent it in for us and everything.
Yeah, but that was crazy. So I'm just on that, and I watch those a lot. But to be honest, like most of the stuff that's submitted, I'm not like super into. And when I heard you guys, I watched that video. I was like, that's the. Which one? Who's the videographer again?
Oh yeah, he's not here right
No,
now.
yeah, what was his name?
His name's Olive Nola.
Yeah,
So
that shit was
Nolan,
crazy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Crazy video, but I watched that and I was just blown away by your guys' sound and everything. Because it's like, to me, like I heard a lot of Bay Area and like your like deliveries, but like the production did not sound Bay Area-esque
Right.
at all.
Yeah.
And the video I could have seen, I was like, this looks like it's shot in the Bay. So I looked you guys up. I was like, damn, they're from the Bay.
Yeah. It's like I feel like the stuff that we talk about is like you could tell we're from the Bay or whatever, like how we speak.
Yeah.
But like the style of like how we're saying it, like our dialect and whatnot, is like kind of different.
Do you guys feel connected to Bay Area music at all? Like, do you take influence from it?
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, bro.
All
Yeah.
those do, I think.
Of course, definitely. Style-wise too,
Uh-huh.
like just like culture-wise too, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's like in us. It's like no choice.
Yeah, no, I feel like if you grow up in the Bay, like, it's hard to get the Bay out of you. Like, I feel like
you
I've
can.
been,
You can.
like, I feel like I've been influenced by the Bay in so many ways, from when I listen to like the way I dress, just the way I am, even like the way I talk. It's like all Bay Area, and it's weird. Like going, even when you go somewhere else, even like SoCal is so much different.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real, way different.
Do you guys want to run through like who you are, each introduce yourself, and then
Sure.
talk about what you do in the
Of
group?
course.
Yeah.
You wanna go
Yeah,
first?
so I'm O2 Tony. I'm an artist, rapper, part of the Kid Lords.
Yeah, newfound
New
member,
member,
newest
newest
member.
official member
Yeah,
in
newest
the Bay,
official
man.
member.
So it's a blessing
Yeah,
just to be
we'll
here.
post a video soon, like on our YouTube, like official, like of us, like doing his like
Initiation.
initiation.
What's
yeah.
the initiation process?
It's,
You get jumped in or what?
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, it's more like a test your might type of thing. Like
Yeah.
we put you through trial of life.
If you're
But,
really
like,
down to ride.
Yeah, you know?
Go tell him what it is.
It's we have like around the corner, like there's like this creek over here.
Mhm.
I'll let Busty
Alright,
explain it.
so around the block there's a creek and there's a bridge, and like growing up, oh yeah, we're neighbors by the way, us three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
We've
Oh,
known
right
each other since we were like 5 years old.
So that's how
he's,
you met.
Yeah,
he's like my cousin,
basically,
though.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we're cousin.
But,
Like blood cousin.
That bridge is where we used to hang out, and then on rainy days we'd be going under the bridge, and then I was like, dude, you guys want to like do an initiation sometime? And they're like, yeah, what is it? And they're like, all right, we gotta walk across this muddy ass water, like this nasty ass water, with the bare feet, and then
It was gross.
Yeah, you got
It has like
and especially because there's like thorns and like vines,
sewage.
yeah, sewage and
Frogs.
or, like
nasty.
frogs in it, like frog
You
eggs.
gotta
Like
walk through
this
with
big.
your bare feet, and if you did it, bro,
you're Kid Lord,
you're
man.
Kid Lord, man.
Yeah, so it was like me and him that did it to each other first, and
Uh-huh.
then we were
They
like,
got me.
yeah, we were like, we're gonna do it to him, like, cause he wasn't, I don't know where he was at, but.
I
yeah.
was okay, so like I used to like live like in this
Hella
house
houses.
and like I don't know, I got a bunch of cribs, but I wasn't here that day. I think when they did that, like after school, I think I just got like picked up, and oh, by the way, my name is Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the I'm the third official Kid Lord member,
Yeah.
but like it was like all within the same.
Yeah,
2
like it was like in the
days.
same 2 days,
Uh-huh.
definitely.
So the next day I got back and then they were like, it was raining again, and they were like, all right, this is something for the Kid Lords. You gotta for if you want to be like a real member like us. And I was like, what are you
'Cause
talking about?
We were already kind
What
of
you
doing
talking
like, I don't even know. Okay, well, we were hella young and we liked like just drawing and like riding on walls and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Biking
Yeah.
around.
You're biking around and
skating.
shit, and so like that's kind of like
So that was when you were just kids.
yeah, we
Yeah.
were like still in elementary school, like for real. And then like we kind of made it up kind of because he was like kids. That's what we knew we were gonna use that, and then I don't know who made up the word Lord, but like it just kind of clicked
Kid
with
Lord,
us. Like
bro. I
even
was
like
like-
some people like they kind of were like, what the hell does that name even mean, you know?
Yeah.
Or whatever, and like it's just us. I don't know. Like it's just
No, I fit you guys for sure.
yeah. I just want I think we wanted something that was kind of like
I think
Stuck out.
the Lord thing was from Lords of Dogtown.
yeah,
So where we
yeah.
got
Oh,
you ever
really?
watched Lords of Dogtown?
No, I know what it is, but I've never seen it.
It's like about like the first like professional skaters and
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
actually like came up, and they were like surfers at first, and they had like custom boards made for them and with like rubber wheels and shit and like crazy. I don't know, it was like super early skateboards
yeah.
that had just got
Surfer
shipped into
kids.
to California, and they used to live in this like thing called like the Dogtown. What was it? It's called
It's-
Dogtown? or
yeah,
something?
yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's in LA, right?
Yeah, it's like
In
in
LA.
like it's like the coast. It's like
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the coastal cities,
Oh, okay.
and like there was like a group of 3, and they were just like all 3 different kids, and they like blew up skateboarding in like all of California. Oh, it's like all because of them.
Yeah.
Are you guys like, do you guys skate? Are you influenced by that?
I mean, we're all influ. Like I like skating. He likes skating.
Uh-huh.
Growing
We
up,
should like
that's all we
skating.
really did.
Yeah, like yeah,
Drawing and skating.
biking
And then
and
we just draw. I would
running
draw like
around.
symbols, and I drew a logo one day with like an L,
oh, that's
Mhm.
what it
And
was.
there's a O.
Yeah,
and they're like, "What the hell is that?"
we were
I was
at
like,
school
"That's my
drawing
symbol,
it
bro."
on our hands, and we were like, no, that's just
That's
us. So that's just us. Though. Like, we
Whatever,
don't
symbol.
even-
And I was like, "Yeah, we're Kid Lords." Like, in
Yeah.
elementary school.
That's fire. So after you came up with that name, how long did it take for you to start like making music? Like
Oh,
how old were
shit.
you?
A
when-
long time, not
Long
gonna lie.
ass time.
Long
We didn't know
time.
we wanted to do music.
Weird.
we thought we wanted to make clothes and like.
We still do though. We
Yeah,
want
we
to
still
start
want to make clothes.
Still in
yeah,
the
but,
plan.
like,
Yeah.
and during quarantine it really hit us. We were bored. We're hella bored. We wanted to try it out. We hit up Dro because first producer we ever known.
Yeah.
He was like, "You guys want to try something out?" And then we recorded in the garage right
Yeah.
here. We're like,
Yeah,
"All
pretty
right."
sick.
Just starting right here.
And
Uh-huh.
turns out we're like pretty good.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
for our first
We
song,
started
like we
pretty
were
fun,
kind of like,
all right.
okay, you know,
It's good.
this is, but like we kind of have something going, you know. I feel like,
Yeah.
oh, TV Payback, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything.
That was a
too.
natural transition.
Yeah, you know, vocalist, rapper, singer. I do a bunch of other stuff, but yeah, and then
Yeah, I'm Zev Nebula.
Mm.
Yeah.
yes.
Flip.dro, engineer, producer.
The
and-
guy.
Yeah, he's the
The
mastermind behind
guy.
everything.
The guy.
Master Splitter,
He's
like
all
real.
on the beat.
Genius.
Like,
bro.
Like
Ideos
even
Mio
sometimes we
somehow.
don't really know what we
Ideos
want.
Mio.
Like in the studio, sometimes like
Uh-huh.
I'll tell him like I want something that's like kind of like this, and like I'll like say it with my voice, and then he's like, oh, okay, and like he figures out how to do
Really?
it. Like he knows
Yeah.
right off the bat what we want.
Are you an instrumentalist or have you always just produced?
Actually, before I actually started like producing, I was like rapping for fun. You feel me? Like lunch table rapping at school and shit. And I used to do like covers. So like you know
Yeah.
cover songs. I used to do that. So I really just played the guitar. But I didn't really know how to play the guitar. Like I don't know music theory. I just
Oh,
know how to
really?
Pick up chords and
Yeah.
stuff.
So you don't know much theory, but you just.
Now I do.
Oh, okay. I was
Now
gonna say.
do, but-
So you think like that's like why you're able to like pick out like if she were to like hum a melody, do you think that's why you're able to like pick it out in the way you are?
I did learn like after practice, like relative pitch.
Mm.
It's like you could kind of like decipher what the note is. So
Yeah.
That's basically it.
I hate it when people like diminish the fact that like theory plays a role in hip hop. Like people act like that wouldn't help you in a studio setting if you're a hip hop engineer or a
No,
hip hop
it does.
producer,
It
but it
definitely
changes
does.
everything.
It does. It definitely does.
I mean to a certain extent for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Did you guys make music separately before you like decided to join Kid Lords, or did
No,
you guys
no,
like
no.
collectively decide you're like let's just
Yeah,
start
No,
making
yeah.
music?
So like I mean
So we
like
actually, kind of like separate.
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
honest,
yeah.
though.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh no.
for real
Yeah.
though. But like on the low, you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? but like yeah, like he kind of was doing other stuff, and then like me myself like. Oh yeah, for real though. We were kind of doing like our own thing, kind of, but not like
We were.
It
But
was
like,
it was still
Yeah.
together, but like you know, like we kind of picked it up on our own stuff. I feel like he was the first one because we were still like freshmanish, and he was like writing songs that were like never recorded but really good, like
Yeah.
really good, and we
Hip
knew
hip hop
it.
stuff or like more indie stuff?
Yeah, well, like
he
hip
was
hop.
just
more
writing,
like-
little freestyle.
like a lot of them used to be like just like freestyles I would come up with.
Or like over like old beats that we really liked, oh, you know that song Hey Mr. DJ? That was like the first one.
Yeah.
That he like used as a beat, that as like the instrumental for that, and then like he started doing stuff with his friends.
This plane is hella loud.
The worst part about it is that there's like an airfield like
landing
literally like
Is there really?
Yeah.
6 blocks that way.
Where I grew up in Concord, I grew up like Solano, Buchanan area.
Yeah.
And like over there's the Concord Naval Base, and then there's the Concord Airport. It's like Concord Airport, but
so
it's
you
like
hear them loud
it's
motherfuckers.
loud as hell. Yeah.
But what were you saying?
Oh
talking
yeah,
about your music before.
So
Oh,
like
yeah,
he
so-
did stuff with his other friends too, and like okay, I mean like yeah, it was like good. Like his part was like. Ooh, I would like skip to the song and just listen to his
Yeah.
part of it, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, this is bumping. And then like I was just kind of like freestyling with kids at school. Like, that's kind of how I started. Like random kids at school freestyling with them, and then yeah, I don't know. We were all
And
hella
then
bored in the room.
Finally, when it came to like actual lockdown, like the first one, like in March, when we all of us were sent from school, we were all just like sitting there at home. We're like, damn, we're about to graduate, bro. Like, what do we really want to do? Yeah, like we didn't really. When it came to lockdown, I was like, bro, this is like my cousin, like my real
neighbor,
brother,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Like I could come over here, like I'm gonna let him back in the crib. It was pretty funny though. My grandma was like, 2 weeks. He has to wait 2 weeks.
And I would hop the fence,
dude.
jump the fence, and I'd be like talking to him through the window because I was so bored, bro.
It's like on some Sandlot shit.
Yeah,
like,
real
the way
though,
you guys
real
came
though.
up.
Yeah,
It's like a
it'd
really
be
good
hella
way
funny
to-
because like sometimes like it'd be like nighttime, but we still want to hang out, and like his mom would be like, nah, don't like you know, it's hella late already,
Yeah,
and
it's
he would
already-
like hop the fence and
I'd
come over
sneak
here.
out of my own house. But good thing my room is like right next to the sliding door, so I could just get out the sliding
Yeah,
door.
but like he thought he was slick, and like
Yeah.
and like one day like his
She
like
hella knew.
yeah,
She-
and we were like we
she
already
heard the
know.
door close like every single time.
We
She
already
was like,
know.
dude, what are you doing? So at that time, I didn't even have to go
Yeah.
through the back anymore. I had to go through the front. Like she didn't even care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
But-
funny.
So like I feel like we kind of got to a point though because like I feel like we always like knew that we kind of were like wanted to do something like creatively, like even though like we go to school or whatever and like people tell us like you gotta find like an actual career and whatnot or anything,
Fuck that.
like you know fuck that. But like we all kind of were like we know we don't really know what it is that we have yet, but like we know that we have something like us three we like fuck it, dude, we don't know how to find it. And like I would like hello like later on in my future or whatever, like I hella want to get into like film and like anything like just being like on a set or like even being an actor
Yeah,
and
she's
stuff.
like she's like a real talent for like directing things, like actual like film direction. She's like actually really good at that.
And like just like scenes and cuts and stuff, like I don't know, I just like stuff like that. So I mean like I feel like we all were like fuck it, I mean how are we gonna come up though, you know what I'm saying, like how are we gonna get people to know us, and we're like let's just do music. And so yeah, it kind of started us like being in the room, like all of us together, and then like kind of like freestyling and stuff like
writing
that.
songs to like certain
writing
beats
songs,
and
and then
stuff.
we were like, oh, this like I know if we record it, it's gonna go crazy. And then yeah, that's when he came into the picture and everything. But we already knew him in high school, like, and then
went to high school.
and then
Oh, okay.
he's known him since like the way that he grew up with like him, like next door neighbor.
That's
and
how they
stuff.
grew up.
That's how they grew up too,
So-
like, at his mom's.
I grew yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I grew up in like 2 houses type of thing. So the other time I like for like when I was younger a lot, I would be with him a lot actually more. Like most of the time I was hanging out with him. Then I would cuz it was like rarely like during school year, I would come over here a lot and I would be with them all the time. And then like during the summer, I'd be at my mom's all day and I'd be with him all the time. And so like
That's crazy. So you guys didn't look at all for like you guys didn't have to like look for somebody
That's
to
what I'm
like.
saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I
Nah.
feel like that's why we're like it kind of just came to us. Like
Well, that's probably why you
we
guys
didn't
have
have a
so
choice.
much
type of thing.
chemistry.
Yeah.
That's like we're like drawn to each other. I don't know. We always talk about this like all the time. We're like, bro, we had to have been friends in like a different
Yeah,
lifetime.
for real.
I could have
Or,
been
like,
a
even
fucking
in
a
past-
bug or something. He probably would
Yeah.
have.
For real,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Or even if in this lifetime like we weren't like as close, like actually like physically close to each other as we were, I feel like we would still like probably run into each other for real. Like
Do
it
you
just
guys
feels like
believe
that.
in stuff like that, like the
Yeah.
multiverse thing, where there's
Yeah,
like different
yeah.
dimensions, different
I think-
universes that
It
you
just
also
makes sense.
exist
How
in?
can you not? How can
Yeah.
you not?
I think it makes sense.
How can you
Makes
not,
sense.
bro?
Connection,
100%.
bro. Like,
Just gonna say like that's what like
Yeah,
deja
exactly.
vu is type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you're like seeing shit from like your other lifetime or like
That's
other
what I like to-
possibilities that could happen.
I like to say that a lot. Where like, or if when you're having deja vu, it's more of like you, like remembering your memories of like another person, but it's like you. So like as in like another universe, you.
Yeah, like another version of you that exists on like a plane that we're not on.
Yeah. You ever had like a moment of deja vu where you're like, holy shit, when is this gonna end? When you're by
Yeah.
yourself, when you can't express it to anyone, and you're like, oh shit, deja vu, you know?
I know exactly what you mean. Well, I feel like the fact that there's like a word the word deja vu
Yeah.
helps you explain it, but like imagine if we didn't have the word deja vu,
It would
like
be
how would you
super
explain
weird
that
to
feeling?
explain that.
Yeah.
And I bet you the
How is
person who came up with like the idea of deja vu, they were looked at like a fucking heretic or
Yeah,
something.
but I bet like I bet he was like, nah, that happens to you guys too. You guys like,
Yeah.
you guys are
Don't know how to
just faking
say it.
Yeah,
We need
you
a
know
word
how to say
for this.
it. Yeah, for real.
Bro.
It's crazy. how to think
Was the
about
intention always to make hip hop music? Because I listen to some of your like solo stuff, Menace, and like your song Shroom Night. Like that's like, I mean, there's hip hop in there, but a lot of it seems to me like it's like indie pop music almost.
it. Yeah. So like when I started like listening to music, I found like okay, I was raised on like a lot of R&B, like a lot of R&B because of like my mom, and like my mom used to like listen to like Whitney Houston, like Prince. So I've always like admired like Prince's like ability to sing. Like I think ever since I was a kid, I was like, whoa, it's
Freddie
crazy
Mercury
how he
too.
could like just hit those notes and like just be like, wow. I don't know.
He's so like flamboyant.
Like, bro, like
Imagine.
he got so much like emotion in his voice. Like it's crazy to me to this day. But that's why I like a lot of my music. I don't mind being in different genres or like of music. Like whenever I hear music, I'll be like, oh, okay. Like of course there's things I don't like, but like even if I don't like them, I kind of think of it like, all right, well I can make it to a way where I do like it.
I also think you don't have to like tie yourself down to one genre.
Yeah.
I feel like the idea of saying like I'm a hip hop artist, I'm a rock artist, I'm a pop artist, like there's not really any gain you get from that. You can just bounce
Yeah.
back and forth from whatever and just make sure that you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just love music in general.
For real.
Yeah.
though.
I think we all have like a
Appreciation
tendency
rate.
for that, where we all like all different like routes of music.
Yeah, so like I feel like even if we were to have like different like solo careers, which like we probably like we're always gonna be a group. That's what I'm saying. Like the type of like people that we are, like we're gonna be around each other like our whole lives. But like definitely you could expect like solo
Solo stuff from
solo
every
stuff
single
coming
one.
from like solo stuff coming from us. Just cause like I mean why not, you know? So like I feel like all of us could have like our own different genre of music
Yeah.
that like we like do solely. Like even him for real. Like and it could be like it's like a mixture of everything. Like all of our genres, it's like doesn't really have a genre yet. Like it's kind of just like we take stuff from like rock, like pop and hyper pop stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like we hella want to start getting into that, like R&B and like actually like rap, fast rap, slow rap, like melodic type thing. It's just everything. Like, it's just everything.
Some drum and bass. That's why.
Yeah,
I
heavy drums. Yeah, really,
Like that shit.
for real though.
And I can even like hear that in like the stuff you guys have released. Like if you look at like how different like say something like Star Dance is to like Rundown.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
the two songs are nowhere near each
Yeah.
other.
They're different.
He made that beat too for Rundown within
Rundown.
like 20 minutes.
It was crazy.
That shit-
It
okay,
was-
Can I ask you what the process of that? Because when I listen to that beat, it's so interesting to me because like like the melody does not sound like a drill beat, but the
Right.
808s
Yeah.
do.
Right.
So was that the whole idea behind it? Was it like take like a poppy like pop rap melody and put it over like 808s that are like drill influenced?
It's funny as hell because I think it was I want them to produce too. I want to see them like do every aspect of the music, like process. So that day I was just giving them loops that I have, and like one day that loop came up that I made, and it was just like I was gonna make it a trap beat. You know,
That's
just
that,
a generic
yeah.
trap beat.
Uh-huh.
And
He was
I
gonna let
started-
us mess with it, like,
Yeah, like,
do our own thing.
whatever,
And he was like, nah, let me in the seat.
Yeah.
Give me that,
And then
give me
there's something
that.
that hit, and like I started putting those hi hats,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh shit, this could be a drill beat. And then I put like different layers in the melody on top of that with a sample. Like I don't know if you hear it, but it's like a dude humming in the background. It's like ba ba ba.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's
It
what
kinda
it is.
catchy.
It's kind of like.
Yeah, that's perfect for like
Yeah.
a drill
Yeah.
beat.
Yeah.
And I started doing the 808s. And while I was making the beat, he was already writing. They were all writing.
Uh-huh.
So we were just like, I was just making that shit hella fast. And then he's like, oh, I got hooked. And
Yeah.
then I got it down now.
And then like he said it and I was like, dude, okay.
Dude, that's the
'Cause
one.
It was crazy.
That's
It was crazy because he
Yeah.
like right when he was like, oh, I have a hook or whatever, and I was like, good, let me hear it because I already have my verse done. And then like he said it and I was like, oh, this is gonna
that's
go.
the
It
one,
fits
yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
like also why we kind of like gravitate to working all together and like we're gonna start working with other people like definitely a lot more, but it's kind of like it's a little bit hard for us sometimes because like
Yeah.
It's
the chemistry
4
that we have
people.
for each other, yeah, it's 4 people. That and like when we're writing, like we already like we don't have to really tell each other like, oh, this is what we're gonna write about type of thing. Like,
Yeah.
we'll kind of
Just
say
know.
one thing or like he'll say like a little bit of a hook or something, and like we're kind of already mentally all on the same page, like without even having to say it.
Uh-huh.
Like it could be about different stuff, but the substance of it is still like very connected.
It's probably because you guys grew up so close.
Yeah, that's why, literally.
So when you start with the 808s like that, like just spit a little bit of game for me real quick. So when you're like making a drill beat like that, is that just layers of 808s on top of each other, or how's that work?
I'm gonna put a little secrets for the pod room, for the interview real quick. But what I do is that 808s is a sub. It's a bass, right? You can't really hear it on the actual like on the middles and the highs of EQ. So what I do is I put distortion on it. With distortion, it moves it from all bass to a little bit of mid. So you can really hear those slides. You can really hear like those highs and like you just shape it to a slide. So it goes from going woo woo woo. You slide it instead of like make it just cut like a trap 808.
So almost like transitioning it.
Yeah, it is.
So it's
really just a top melody.
Yeah.
That's just
so the way you think that, the way that I think about that, like when you say that, it's like, I mean, I think about it like a video editing perspective, but it's like when you keyframe something to like, so something transitions into something else.
Yeah.
It's just turning into it. It's not like cutting to a new sound.
It's like a fade to black.
Like
a fade.
Yeah.
You know like it's the same thing with like it's the exact same formula as doing like a West Coast top melody like a synth. It's just that, but they make it the bass line.
Oh, okay.
Sound. So like people hear it different. Plus like with the way that it hits, just the snares hitting all weird. The kicks are super spaced out. It just makes it like super crazy where you can hear a drill beat.
You're talking about those weird like synth melodies and like old West Coast music that like Snoop and like all the guys from like Long Beach would rap over.
Yeah.
It's the exact same formula. It's just that unique sound because it's drill.
Yeah, that's interesting. Drill was such a cool movement to me. Yeah. It still is, and I think even from like, it's so cool that like we started with Chicago drill and then that got to New York drill, and like Chicago and New York drill are in very different camps, and it's cool to see how that style of hip hop like progressed.
Yeah. I really do think though that like it's like we're kind of already like getting into that, but like drill in the Bay Area. Yeah. Like I feel like that's gonna start being, but it's like still with like Bay Area influence. Like I feel like it's gonna have like very like, I don't know, we're kind of very like old hip hop-ish kind of the way like we kind of rap with stuff. So like I feel like, but like the beats wise, I feel like hella people in the Bay Area are gonna start doing that.
I'd be so down for a Bay Area drill movement.
Yeah,
that'd be so fire.
I think that's gonna be like low key a new wave.
Yeah, it's called the hyphy movement.
Yeah,
hyphy too.
But like it's like literally the hyphy movement, but with like drill beats. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like.
They are doing for Bay like that bass sound. Yeah. They're doing like synths. Like Cardi synths and shit.
Oh like yeah.
That. They're doing that with that. Shout out Prod Infinite. But like he put out that beat and I was like, I didn't even think of that formula. Like, that's crazy to me, and it works so well. Cause like they instead of doing the pianos that everyone does like that blast shit, he did like synths like Serum like yeah, it's crazy to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I never even thought about it like that. It's so crazy to me that people like want to act like hip hop is like at its peak. Like I really think the ways that you can transition things and like grow is like ridiculous.
It's not gonna sound the same even in like 10 years.
Yeah, well think about hip hop 10 years ago from now.
Yeah,
it's not even comparable. Yeah. Like try comparing like Cardi to like I'm only saying this because it's like 2010, but like Cardi to like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Right. Like you wouldn't even call those two things the same genre. Yeah. Like Whole Lotta Red to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, like it's almost like those are two entirely different genres. Yeah.
But that's why I like Kanye, like even though he's like a little controversial, bro, that's why like he's been able to like not like keep up, but like stay and like be still like a trendsetter, like for like 30 years, 20 years already, bro. Like
the way that I think about that actually is like I think about a lot how like, okay, so I know like Kanye and Cardi are like connected, like they work together. Yeah. But after I saw Cardi on the Whole Lotta Red tour, I really think that like Kanye influenced him to set up his stage like that and do a lot of the production he did, because it felt like, I mean I didn't see the Yeezus tour, but it felt like videos of the Yeezus tour. Like how Kanye would perform in the full mask. That like I saw Cardi like 2 times the entire show.
Yeah,
like and 95% of the time he was just yelling over his beats. And what's crazy is like old heads were like look at that and they're like, how is that music? That's dumb. But it's like you have to understand that's like a different kind of performance art. He's like, trying to transcend. It's very punk influence. Yeah. He's trying to transcend that's what
I or me personally, like I want to start getting into like punk shit. Like that. But like Yeah, dude, that's like I feel like a lot of people like in the music industry like just get so much influence like that people don't really talk about. Like I was watching this Tyler interview and he was saying that like even like his whole new shop and stuff, like Virgil helped him like the whole thing.
Really?
Like it's like probably the only reason
Right.
why that it was able to like be the way it is now is because of Virgil and stuff. And I feel like that's how a lot of stuff is like with Kanye and Virgil. Like people don't talk about it that much because it's like low key known already that
Yeah.
like they're one of the biggest like influences for real.
But it's weird. Like you would never think they're connected. Like it's funny that like everything in the industry kind of connects into something else. And it's like when you're listening to something, I feel like you low key never really know. Maybe one of your favorite artists was behind it. Like I think a good example is this is like I have I have Swimming by Mac Miller on vinyl, and I never like went and looked back into the credits of that album. But it's like the amount of like background vocalists like that just did layers on that project that I knew that I didn't know were on that project's crazy. Like JID did background vocals for that project. Like tons of people. Snoop Dogg's on that.
No
Yeah.
way.
On
You're what, doing
Yeah, on Swimming.
Oh my god.
doing vocals, huh?
Like background
love
vocals,
Snoop
yeah.
Dogg, bro.
Like you
I
never
love Snoop
you
Dogg.
never would have picked it up. Like it's just the weirdest thing.
I think it's because he always has like those little
Yeah.
like, in the
Yeah,
background
yeah.
and shit.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he has like little melodies that come in and out. I bet you like they're all written by Mac.
Real bad. Him on that thing that goes like in your mouth of the sensual seduction
Oh,
on that.
what's
Dude,
it called? Yeah,
I
the
need one
voice
of
box
those.
or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
I need
Yeah,
one of those, bro.
that shit's so sick. Yeah, I love Mac.
What you were saying?
I got the circle shirt on right now.
Yeah.
I have one. I have the
Yeah,
green
RIP,
one
man.
with the orange text on the sleeve.
Which one?
The same thing kind
Uh-huh.
of design, but it has like it's the sweater one.
Oh, that's fire.
It's like green, it has like orange orange circles on it.
That's hard. That's
Yeah,
hard.
Dude, Mac was like a big influence for us. We were listening to
Nah,
him
I
in
was gonna say,
like since
yeah.
fifth, fourth grade. For real.
Really?
Yeah, my
like
dad
right
put
when
us
Kids
on.
dropped.
Yeah.
That's probably why. That's probably gave us influence too.
Right when
like
Kids dropped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
My
Like,
dad used to be
Kid
on
Lord, Kids.
like World Star Hip Hop and like
Really?
I don't know. He was like an internet dude. I swear.
Yeah,
Like
his dad put
That's
us on
so
like so
wrong.
much music. His dad put us on Little Uzi. That
yeah.
That's
So we were
crazy,
just
like,
talking about that. The other
When?
day.
Like how? Like before he blew up?
Super early. Like I mean, like before like
he was
Rage and
just like
everything.
starting to blow up. Like we probably would have found him either way. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
But that shit was crazy. Of like how early my dad was able. To, my dad, he put us on like a lot of like hip hop related artists and stuff. Like he put me on to
Wayne,
everything.
Kanye,
ASAP.
ASAP.
ASAP, yeah.
Like a real internet head, like on stuff before.
hmm
Yeah,
And he would
for
just show us burn CDs and like burn shit and like pull up and be like, yo, listen to this one.
What?
He's like, yeah, probably the only reason why I know like all the words to like old hip hop like
That
songs.
that little CD, I think that's it right there. It's a CD player right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And he
You
could
see
burn
it.
CDs
Uh-huh.
and we just play them out throughout the whole house like on certain days. We listen like he put everyone on like Wiz Khalifa hella early.
Wow.
Bro, it was pretty
what?
crazy. My dad was pretty.
Is he a musician or is he just like a big music head?
He's just a very big music head.
Yeah.
Like that. Like he was like, dude. Like even like as like a recent artist. Like for example, he put me on 42 Doug before he like dropped that album.
That's
album.
crazy.
Yeah, and like it's because
I need to
he,
get my dad on
it's 'cause
Doug.
yeah, for real. He just appreciates like any kind of music. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
like yeah, it's like that's why I find it hella cool because he liked like old music and he could see like the new music now and he's like, bro, this shit is pumping.
That's
like you
cool.
know.
And like
Yeah.
they all of our parents are very supportive of like our music.
Really?
Really?
Because like they just like our music.
Yeah, like I don't know if you could tell, my nana was over there
Uh-huh.
watching us
Fucking
from the
bumping
freaking
it.
window right
That's
now,
awesome.
taking
of
pictures.
Yeah,
Probably
she
gonna
asked me-
she posted on her Facebook.
Yeah,
or
she asked me.
whatever.
She was like, "Can I get a copy of this?" I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Copy of it, like, it's not gonna be on YouTube. That's what I've been trying to
Shoot
tell
me,
her.
shoot me this on a hard drive.
Yeah.
She thinks like
On
it's
the
just
flash
like
drive?
gonna be our
Flash
voices.
drive.
Like she doesn't know that there's like cameras, and I was trying
Uh-huh.
to tell her like, no, there's cameras. Like you'll see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's just
That's
like-
so awesome. Yeah, I feel really bad when artists' parents aren't supportive of their music. I feel like
Yeah.
that'd be really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
That's
kind
what.
of music? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go.
I was just saying, what kind of music did the rest of you guys like grow up on?
I grew up on like
Oh.
a lot of reggae.
Mm.
I grew up on a lot of like metal rock. This is
rock.
my dad. My dad's like a big ass rocker dude. Like growing up, he came here in the '90s from the Philippines. You know, big influence for him was like rock. So growing up, all I listened to was like rock, the Gorillaz, Rage Against the Machine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he
a lot
put
of
us on that.
Yeah.
Had to put
Yeah.
them on the rock. You know.
Uh huh.
But
But yeah.
yeah, hip hop too. Hip hop, not until like middle school, high school, I got into like hip hop for real.
How'd you like originally get into it?
This dude. If it wasn't for this guy, I wouldn't be like
Wow.
listening
I
to
think we-
Cardi. I wouldn't be listening
Yeah.
to like half the music
Yeah,
I'm
for
listening
real
to
though.
right now.
We
Yeah.
mutually put each other on music or like to the point where it's like, whoa, we put on each other like onto
Yeah.
like different genres of
I
music.
think that's why we have such like a wide variety.
Because we all like different
Because
stuff.
we give each other music to listen to. We don't like, you know.
Uh-huh.
We don't gatekeep.
We're not.
Yeah, we don't like to
And also,
gatekeep.
we're not like, you know, we're
Yeah.
open-minded to
Uh-huh.
like new music too. You know, like we're open-minded to new music. Like I don't get how people can just be like, you listen to that stuff.
Like,
How you to that
Most
hyper
big
pop
ones.
shit?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell,
Bro,
man?
you listen to that like indie, like bro.
Like, I'm sorry, but
This
we,
is
like,
fire.
okay,
I'm
like,
sorry you're not vibing, but this is fire.
like, I'll,
You know,
like,
it's funny
okay,
you
I'll
say
say it,
that.
but like when people be like, oh, you're listening to that white people music, I'm like, bro, this
Yeah.
shit is hard.
This is right
Yeah.
behind you, bro. Dude, you don't understand, bro.
That's funny you say that. I just showed my mom a Glaive song the other day.
Oh,
She was
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
and
Glaive
she was
goes
like,
crazy.
"What is this?"
Like, this is
I was
what's
like,
going on right now.
Yeah.
Like I showed my dad like a song from this. I don't know if it's a band or she's a solo artist, but it's Girl in Red.
"Girl in Red" is
Yeah.
so
Red,
fire.
yeah.
She's
I
crazy.
played like Fell in Love in October. My dad's like, what is this girly shit? I'm like, dude, you not listen to the vocals? Right now?
Yeah.
This is hitting right now.
One time he put me on this song. Listeners should like listen to this. It's like by this. It's like a group called Tennis, right? They're called
Tennis.
Need Your
How to
Love.
Swim?
How to swim?
How to
My
Swim.
favorite
That's
episode. Count on-
amazing.
Yeah.
We
Tennis is
actually
crazy.
reviewed their last project on the site. Go check it out.
Tennis.
But,
What are
Check
they?
it out,
They're
check it
like
out.
a couple,
Check it
right?
out.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
a couple.
And they're like they make their music off of like boating. Like they went
They live on
like
a boat.
Yeah, they live on a boat.
Yeah.
And they went on like a whole ass like adventure, not like a.
That's how they made the last
voyage.
project. Yeah.
that's when they
Bro,
made
isn't
the
that
last
like how
project.
Tyler did Call Me If You Get Lost?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
low key.
What do you mean? Like how so is that the same?
He went on a vacation. And
Oh,
then,
I
like,
didn't know
that's
that.
It's like
the whole
one.
concept of
Oh.
that.
Yeah,
of
it's
that.
like.
Oh, that makes sense. Like at the end when he's talking about traveling and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and he talks about like the picnic blanket and stuff like on
Yeah,
that
like
project.
even DJ Drama, like the whole time he's like, we on a boat.
We on the we on the
My
yacht.
nails down right now.
Just touched down in Geneva.
Y'all ain't fucking
No,
with
what you grew
us.
up listening to though? I'm hella
Like
curious.
Country, bro, like freaking Eminem, Dr. Dre, bro, everything.
Country was the
dude.
first.
Hey, country was first.
That was the first thing
Hey,
he
yeah,
said.
yeah.
Country was the
Yeah,
first
fuck,
thing.
it's the first
Nah,
thing that
don't
like
get on country.
my older brother, he
Yeah.
put me on so much country
Country
music.
go
Hey bro, I love
Yeah.
some old country.
I
No,
really-
for real though.
It's actually it's
Fire,
great, dude. It's
yeah.
really good. I like.
Country go
I
crazy.
fucking love it, dude.
Like Kid Rock, I really like Kid Rock. I really like Kid Rock.
Most
My
like
dad, my
Dr.
mom
Dre
told me.
and all that shit, dude. Like Eminem, like
Uh-huh.
that's what's
Toby
really
Keith-
stick with me. Like,
Toby Keith be hitting.
dude, I used to listen to
Mhm.
like party rockers and shit. dude.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
like, dude, like that shit was my shit.
I was
bro.
on the way home from Tahoe yesterday, and on my playlist, "Doctor" by Eminem and Dre came on, which is a song I haven't heard in forever, and I
Yeah.
forgot how crazy that song is. How like they're rapping to each other
Yeah.
if they
Uh-huh.
died.
Yeah.
The concept is actually.
that the one
fucking
with Rihanna
great.
in
The
it?
part is-
No, it's with Skylar Grey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Have you seen the music? Wait, is there a music?
No, I've never seen it. There is.
No, but there is a music video though, right, with Dr. Dre and Eminem when it's like it's like some Project X type shit where like they act like they're recording and they're like burning down the house, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
and they're like telling.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like acting that part out. I don't forgot what song that is, but
I can
that
tell you.
Damn.
that's like
Oh,
burned
I
in the
know
back of
what
my
you're
memory.
talking
But I
about,
remember
man.
first
That song's
watching
so
that and I was
fire.
like, bruh, like this is hard.
Damn, bro.
Like role play and
I've
stuff.
been listening too much
music?
Whole Lot of Red, bro.
Oh yeah,
That's
Whole
all
Lot of
I
Red, that's all in my head.
Juice.
My
too,
brother.
Juice is a big inspiration too, bro. For,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Especially right now, like
Yeah,
dude, we
right
just
now.
want to raise. That's why I do. I've been at least me. I've been to like 3. Actually, no. Last year I've been to like 6 concerts, bro.
Mhm.
It's like 6 concerts.
City
like,
Morgue is my favorite.
City Morgue, yeah. Like
Morgue,
I'm just
oh,
trying to
that'd
get
be fire.
more inspiration. You know.
3 of
like-
them were for cardio.
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
of them were for Cardi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Cardi.
So you guys are all like really collectively big Cardi fans. right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Dude,
about
I-
like what he's doing inspires you?
I'd say okay, like I've been listening to him for like hella long, but like dude, like
Since
I'd
like the
say,
subtitled.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, and I'd
Before
say like
subtitle.
before that, even,
Damn.
I've been listening, like for our other friend Leo put us on.
Dude.
Yeah,
Mhm.
shout out Leo.
Leonardo.
Leo,
Mhm.
he put me on Cardi hella early. Like I don't know how the fuck. he found
SoundCloud
it.
days.
SoundCloud,
man. That's how all
SoundCloud
like
moguls,
we're
all
finding
over
That's
the
where all
place.
that shit came from.
Yep.
Real, man.
And so I don't know. I've always liked how like I don't know. I like the vibe that he brings to like his tracks, and then he also like for like performing wise, I like his control that he has.
Mhm.
Like not you okay there you'll see like other rappers and other like performers in general like go in and like I remember like for example we were at Rolling Loud and like dude they had certain crowds like no one was moving and then like there'd just be other ones and then you'd see like, or like you see Cardi come up and then like he has from the front to the back all the way, everyone's
like,
moving.
Oh my God, yeah.
Mayhem.
And then so I feel like well that's like his like superpower is like he has crazy crowd control over people.
Like insane, bro.
Or like he can give his energy to everyone. And like even when you like when the motherfuckers like.
Yeah, and like we're just like, we're just like yeah, like that's all I want to hear. Like I don't want to even hear the lyrics. I just need the beat and him yelling.
That's like where I have the most respect for Cardi. Even like I think he's genuinely like like when I saw him live, like I was mind blown. Like it is seriously like challenging the constraints of what can be considered live music. And I think in a lot of ways he's even like challenging what like natural production can be, because like whole lot of mix, like or whole lot of rap, no, whole lot of lack of mix is what I was gonna say. But like I mean I'm sure you noticed this when you listen to it, but like that project, the mix is just so fucked. The vocals are so loud and like abrasive and in your ear, and it's like I rarely go back and listen to a whole lot of rap. But it's one of those projects that I'm like, wow, I have so much respect for what he's trying to do, even if I don't love it.
He did it.
Like,
he did something that other people weren't doing. Once he did it, dude,
people
a wave of people with like all this. Like,
everyone's turning to a vamp.
Turning everyone to a vamp. You know?
Real.
But Cardi definitely set the, I'd say, I don't know.
He's setting the tone for like the new like age of hip hop. Like I really, I really do think that that's like gonna be the next like thing like too. Like punk is like gonna like kids like are gonna start turning punk again. Like you already see it. Like everybody, like you know, like even kids in high school. Like I see kids in high school now. Like they weren't really like how we were. Like we were kind of like the start of it. Like
way more emo
there's
kids.
Way more emo.
They're
way more emo.
This is the new Slayer.
Totally.
Like being emo is like cool.
Yeah.
Like I remember like I used to wear all black to school all the time. I used to obviously like I used to not have cool clothes, Keith.
It took a while to get it.
But like I had to acquire my swag, you know. I came up with like the hand-me-downs type beat. So I was like, bro, I knew for a fact I wasn't putting no fits together in high school. I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna be dripping on y'all in the future.
No, but the thing is, you had hella drip.
You had
didn't know how to put it together.
I didn't know how to like put everything together yet. But I would just pull up wearing like all black, and everyone would be like, bro, you ain't even wearing anything, bro. I'd be like, bro, it's just the way I dress, man. Like, why are you worried? Why are you pressed over what I'm wearing?
I got on me.
So many people.
I'm wearing.
That was like me before I discovered thrifting, because I'm so cheap. I never want to spend money on clothes.
Yeah.
But I always wish I had like more clothes and like cooler clothes, but I just didn't want to spend money. But then I kind of discovered thrifting. I was like, oh, I could find like cool shit that like nobody else wears for like cheaper than what anybody else is
Someone
paying.
bought it for me already.
Yeah. Are you guys influenced by fashion a lot? Because you guys seem like you're very particular on like your look, and even from your cover art to like your videos, like the visual seems like a really important aspect of your music and your brand.
Fashion's a big part of what we want to like give out to, you know, like we want to inspire kids to, you know, get swagged up.
Not like be afraid of like how you want to dress.
Because it's art. Like at the end of the day, like fashion is art.
Yeah. You know, I got into fashion. I didn't really got into fashion, but I just started dressing nicely. I'd say in like high school. Middle school, I dressed like janky. So did everyone else. Like,
yeah, it's everyone. It's everyone.
In middle school, you know.
Cargo
but
pants,
like
white
I started stealing jackets from my grandma and my grandpa. I used to go to their house, and I'd just be chilling there, and I'd ask them, be like, "Yo, can I take some jackets? Like, can I borrow them?" And I'd never give them back. And they'd be like old vintage jackets, and I'd go to school, and they'd be like, "Yo, where'd you get that?" Like, "Oh," I'm like, you know. I got it from my grandma. You know, like, oh, the real vintage. The real vintage. And I'm like, yup. But yeah, you know, keep trying to set the standard.
Yeah, I feel like, like we don't want to be just artists, like ever. Like we're not, you know, like just like, well, I mean, we are artists, but like we really like fashion. Like we talk about it all the time. Like, dude, like we want to be like big enough so that like people invite us to come to like New York Fashion Week and wear their pieces and stuff. Like I want to be able to just show up places and get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Like just for like my presence. But like that's definitely what we want to get into in like fashion. Like you could even hear like in our music. Like we talk about what we're wearing and like stuff. So it's like. It's like another big part of us.
Shout out Rocky, man. If it wasn't for
Rocky,
God, it wasn't for like Connor, Rocky. If it wasn't for ASAP in general.
They're changing like the fashion shit though.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I like how Lil Yachty dresses a lot too though. I like how that fool dress. Like I like how that's how I aspire to dress.
Yeah, but I feel like we get like like inspo from everything. Why, at least me, like even like like in middle school, like okay, I know that we weren't dressing like all crazy, like even in high school all crazy. We didn't have money, you know what I'm saying? But like like I feel like I get like influence like from even when I was like younger. Like I would hella like on the low listen to like Panic at the Disco, like
everybody did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, like that, like shit like that, you know. So I feel like I hella like seeing the way that they dress, and I was like, it's just fire. But like I'm also hella influenced like from like 90s, like like 80s type of like vibe and stuff, and like punk too. Like
what kind of like new rap are you into? Because I feel like I don't know, like you are just such a crazy lyricist to me, and I feel like I don't know, it's almost like you have to. There's probably so many like particular like just MCs that you're inspired by. I feel like.
Kanye's always a big one, like for everything, no matter what. Little Kim. I like Little Kim a lot.
Really,
she, like,
I could totally see that.
That just like she's influenced me to like kind of speak my mind about what I want to say sometimes. Like I feel like even like in the studio with them sometimes, like I'm like, fuck, that's kind of really vulgar for me to say, like, you know, like like you know, like I don't know, and then like I'll switch it around or something, like that happens because I know that like my little sister listens to my music, you know, and I'm like, damn, I don't know, but like BK the Ruler, Rico Nasty, she's.
I was gonna say, because like your delivery is like abrasive like her. I mean, it's not like you don't sound like her at all, but I just think like you guys have very similar like abrasive deliveries.
I want to start like rapping faster, kind of like that. I like Tia Corinne too. I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
Pink Panthers, female artists that like just go crazy. If you don't, you should listen to Tia Corinne, like Lotto.
Yeah, I
will. She go crazy, but let's.
I tell her all the time, like a lot of her like her lyrics are like I don't know, the way that she raps.
It's crazy.
It's like it's crazy to the point where like I don't know. When did I say this? I said this like 2
It's
days
over
ago.
your head. It's crazy.
Like anyone, I was like anyone can rap her lyrics. Like there's not gonna be a dude that's scared to rap her lyrics.
Yeah.
Which is like a really big thing.
fucking hard.
Yeah, it's just going crazy.
No, I was so weak because I don't know where we were at. But like someone played my song, I don't give a fuck, and then like even all of his friends, like I mean like they're my friends too at the end of the day, but like they're their friends, you know, and they're like just like dudes, you know, and they're like, tell him shit ain't sweet, but he still kiss my ass, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, bro, I would have never thought, like, I would have never thought that, like guys want to, like, sing that stuff. And
that's why I fuck with the new, like, it's so much, like, more common for females to become rappers now, because, like, I just hate how stigmatized that was for so long, and now it's, like, well, not even in the sense that, like, them, like, getting the industry, but it was, like, the thing of them having male fans.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's diminishing. I think that's so good for hip-hop. I hate the whole female rapper shit.
Yeah, like
it's
girls
a rapper.
Like this
it's a rapper regardless of what you identify as. Like
exactly.
It's not there's no female male rapper. It's like you're a rapper or you're not a rapper.
Yeah, I feel like that was like low key kind of like something that was like, it's like kind of in the back of my head, but not all crazy. Like I'm like, damn, like sometimes like that's why like I don't want to like be like just known in the group for like being just a girl or whatever, or like I don't know, feel like I have to like act girly or whatever, because like I feel like I just do whatever like I want, you know, and then like I feel like gender doesn't like matter to me like at all. Like
I don't think it
like,
should. Yeah.
And then like me being like a girl voice, like I feel like it was like sticking out kind of weird with all these dude voices for a while, but kind of just use it to my advantage now.
I think it works well because like in the context of when you guys are on a track, it's like it's three really different voices, and I think that's so cool. Like, cause I find when I listen to a lot of groups or a lot of like collectives, I run into the problem of not liking stuff because it's like the too many cooks in the kitchen problem. It's like it's like 6 guys and they all sound the same, but it's like you guys are just all like all 3 of you sound so incredibly different.
And it was so crazy too.
And I mean Tony too. Like when you like hopped on tracks too,
you
it's like,
you don't know. It's like all these fools could sing. Like I don't care what anybody says. Like we're like hella learning to sing. Like this fool could sing, this fool could sing, this fool could sing, and it's all different types of singing. You know, like his like falsetto, like the high pitch voice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It
hits.
I will say though that like O2 Tony, his voice, the way he raps on it when he does melodic rap, he knows how to catch the auto tune.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know how to catch that auto tune.
Yeah, it's a lost art.
Yeah, it's real hard.
I feel like after like T-Pain and after like a lot of like the early auto-tune like pop trap or pop rap, like now everybody just started throwing auto-tune on shit that doesn't need auto-tune, so they don't know how to ride it anymore. But it's like there's a lost art from people who I feel like T-Pain, like I feel like bodied that like in the beginning.
Yeah, he got his own. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody
He
have
doesn't really even need
auto-tune
Yeah.
sound.
He
as
doesn't.
T-Pain.
He could actually sing too.
Yeah.
Though.
Oh, we were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
You guys ever watch his
in the
live
studio.
streams?
Yeah,
His,
he changed.
like,
He changed like R&B and hip hop together.
Yeah, dude.
You guys ever watch his live streams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so
Starts
great.
off with a
Oh,
freestyle.
Nah, shout out that live stream though, cause he really puts on like small artists.
It's dope. It's really
Yeah.
dope.
He reviews them and then he gives them a platform. Like I love that shit.
That's what I want this to be, man.
Yeah.
low-key? So like, I low-key want to tell you like how like because we've known him like forever, but like when we started making
Yeah,
music
for
with
sure.
him or whatever.
Oh,
So like we take a trip like every year for his birthday to Tahoe, like
Yeah.
for like his birthday, and then he came with us, and then we were like freestyling, and everybody else was dead. Like this guy was dead, and it was just me and him. We were freestyling, and then like he was just sitting there quiet for a cool minute, like not saying anything, and then like he kind of like was humming, and I was like go, like do something, and he was like hitting like freestyles, and I was looking at him, I was like, bro, this kid kind of like rap. So I was like, yo, I think we're gonna need to get him back in the studio. And then like he recorded with him for the first time, and that like, bro, that shit
That was
blew my
true.
mind, bro.
Was that the first time you rapped, Tony? Like, had you rapped before that?
I mean, like, you know, I like in the shower, you know.
Like,
For real
I mean,
though.
like how I really like
On-
first like start off like me rapping.
He
It's
began
like
to say it.
me going to like with my friends like in like 8th grade, ninth grade, fucking 7th grade. Like they'll like be like little rap battles, and then one of my homies is like hella like supposed to be hella good, right? But then he would go in like a leadership class, and he would write his raps, right? And then he was like, "Oh, what raps are good?" I was like, and he was saying shit, and I was like, I just think of something from the top of my head. I was like, "Yo, say this," and he's like, "It's actually pretty fire, you know."
Uh-huh.
Then he would go against like people and like rap battle against them, and he would like make him look like shit because like I was giving him bars and shit too. So
Shouts out Big Green, bro.
For real though, bro.
Shout out Big Green, you know, but he was like the Big Green's some like what's it called, like I was in high school, he's just walk around the campus just start rapping.
He was like
like
the.
bro, it was honestly like inspirational, bro, because he was like
Yeah,
he
for
didn't
real
give a
though.
fuck. Like he was just playing
Yeah,
music
he
in front of everyone. Like,
pull up and freestyle on anyone, bro. But he was cool.
That's
He's
fire.
cool.
There's something to be said about that kind of confidence.
Yeah.
Man.
Mhm.
Because like no, he did not give a fuck about who was like
Yeah.
there with him, but like there would be people that would like feel his vibe and be like start
Thank you.
freestyling with him, you know.
Uh-huh.
And so like it would just go perfectly with like how he would just walk around.
When
It'd
you
be
guys
cool,
like
though.
started making music when you were still in because you were still like in high school, right?
Nah, we were like,
We were, like-
ending.
No,
We
No,
were-
we were
okay.
kind of still in high school, like, because I mean, like, we left, but we were still like doing like
Oh
online
yeah,
class,
I guess yeah.
Uh-huh.
and then like,
Did you
yeah,
guys graduate 2020?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so you're the same age as me. Yeah.
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 Wait, we are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, I'm 20. I graduated in 2020.
Oh,
are
you
you-
just turned 20 or what?
Yeah, I just turned 20.
Yeah,
like
he's
2
like,
months ago.
That was a crazy
okay.
year, huh? Didn't even have
It was- yeah,
graduation,
yeah,
didn't have any
How did you guys
prom.
feel about graduating like online? Because that shit to me was
Shitty.
like I feel like I talk about this,
Shitty.
I talk about it all the time. I feel like
Horrible.
it's like changed like my entire life. Like not
Dude,
finishing
Yeah,
high school.
for real,
It-
dude.
We have a entirely unique perspective. I feel
Yeah.
like because we
Bro.
like finished high school in such a weird time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we didn't get to finish high school the way everyone else got to finish high school.
Yeah.
Literally the only year where we didn't get to say, like, peace out to anyone.
anyone.
Like, it was
Didn't get
so
it.
abrupt,
It
you know?
was-
It's so different.
I thought I was getting an extra week of spring
Real.
break.
Exactly.
Like even the
Yeah.
teachers that like I did like I emailed them like saying like, oh, I'll come like say hi to you or whatever whenever,
It just
and I
doesn't happen. Yeah.
still can't. Like I still can't. Like, I'm not gonna go over there. You know, like,
What now?
You know, like what? Nah.
But, trying to finish online, dude, honestly,
I was like, the
it
toughest
kind
thing.
of helped
saved
me.
me.
Because, honestly,
For real.
I wasn't going to class. Online, low-key saved it because I was just emailing my teachers like, dude, I just need the help,
Yeah.
bro. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
I can
Just give me
finish
work.
these work. Just give me the work. I can finish it, and then I'll graduate.
Yeah.
And then
Dude.
I ended up.
I was
so
freaking
close to
doing
not
assignments for
graduating,
this dude, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I had
that's the
hella-
point where like I was like, fuck, I finished my assignments, barely did it, and he was like, I still got like 10 more.
Dude, it's like
the last
the
one.
last day.
Yeah,
bro.
bro,
I was
it's
the
like-
last one, bro. They were all like, we were all came back into the house and they were like, "Do you guys turn in your assignments?" And then everyone's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, kind of upstairs. I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah,
I still got like 10 of these bitches
Once
to
we
do.
saw that he passed, bro, all of our parents were like, "Damn, can you believe these three motherfuckers like actually graduated?" Like, they didn't think we
Who
could do
would've
it.
thought?
Like, bro,
Who
all
would've
three
thought?
of us.
Do you guys think if you didn't meet in school and like grow up together, you ever would have made music individually? Do you guys
Yeah.
think you all would have started?
Yeah.
Probably.
I know for a
Yeah.
fact I
He
would.
would,
I
he
was
would.
I was like very like as a kid. I told my mom to give me like a drum pad, like a what is it? Aki.
I
Oh,
had that one
yeah.
now.
Which
Akai.
Akai.
Akai. Akai.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that.
The
He
like
was like, he was
Akai
telling me, he's like,
MP2
no.
minis, like the
Yeah.
keyboards, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a 16 pad one, and then like you could download your own sounds onto them. It was kind of hard for me to realize like how to learn though, cause I was like fucking 11 or something. Like when they gave it to me, and I had no laptop, so I was like trying to figure it out off of my phone, and I was like, bro, this shit is not working. The GarageBand on my phone is ass. Yeah. And I was like, how are rappers doing this shit? So I was like, probably since like up until that point, when I was like 10 to like probably like 12 almost, I was like, dude, I think rapping is like only meant for professionals, bruh, because like no way. I was like looking at like videos of studios and like seeing all the equipment that they would have in there, and I'd just be like, there's no way like as a kid or as a younger person that you can get this done. And then finally, like, I don't know, I met the homie in my life, and I was like, yeah, finally I could do what like I've been dreaming about doing for like so long.
Yeah, for real though.
Yeah, because I was trying to make music as like fucking like a little ass kid.
No,
like,
yeah, for real, dude. Like I remember, I probably was like 8 years old, and I asked my mom my mom to give me like this like princess piano thing or whatever, and it had like a little tiny microphone connected to it, and like you could like press it and stuff, and I was freaking like every day, like in the morning, that was my morning routine. I would wake up in the morning and like fuck with it. Like I wasn't even doing anything all crazy, and I would sing Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson, like
that
hella crazy,
so hard.
hella crazy in there. And then like when I was younger, I used to tell my mom all the time like, oh, like I'm gonna get on American Idol and like I'm gonna make us rich, you know, like I'm gonna get us up. And I tweeted like after one of our shows, I was like, I used to tell my mom I'm gonna be on American Idol and make us rich, but fuck it, I'm gonna just make it rich.
That's so awesome.
But yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, but like it's a big shout out to Payback though, because I don't know if anyone like remembers this, but back when I was like learning how to produce, my mentor is Native Beats. He's like he's a producer in the Bay Area, but he moved to Arizona. Okay. But like he was teaching me. I wasn't even a producer at this time. Like I just like learned how to rap. Like I was in a music video before I knew how to do music. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then she connected me to him. So without her, it was like it would be like I would never do this. Like, I wouldn't think of, oh, shit, we could do something with this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then she, like, connected me with him. And after that, we just...
I just had to drive. When I got to drive to do something, bro, I'm finna get it. But, like, he would, like, play drums and stuff when we were younger. Like, he was, like, a rocker fool, like, all the time, 24/7.
Oh, so that's how you started? You started on drums?
I'm not even the greatest on drums. Nah, honestly,
but as a kid, bro, you picked that shit up hella quick for as young as you were.
Dude, I'm still low-key pissed about this because I used to have a foosball table in my house, right? I used to play with that every day, like with my brother, with these dudes. I used to play the foosball table every day. There's one day I came home, and it wasn't there anymore, bro. I was like, why isn't it there? And then my dad was like, dude, I traded it. I was like, for what? And he was all like, I traded it for some drums. I was like, no! Like, bro. I was like, foosball table. He's like, yeah, you're gonna have to learn on this. I'm like, alright. So I started playing drums, but I could only play it when no one was home because my mom would get pissed. She hated the drums.
I relate to this so much. I'm a drummer.
Oh, for real? Yeah, she hated the fucking drums, bro. She did not want to hear that shit. But yeah, I played the drums for a minute. But I got these dudes on the drums a little bit.
So that's why, like, I feel like even when we're making beats, like, that's
where we got our rhythm.
That's like really kind of like me. If I were to try to make beats right now, like, that's like really the only thing that I could really like grasp in my mind. Because I don't know how this guy does it. There's like so much going on, just like instruments for one beat, so many different like chord progressions and stuff. Like, I could really only like understand the beats and what I want to. I mean, the drums and what I want to do for that. Everything else.
Especially because I was in percussion band for like 4 years, and I was a trumpet for like 2 years. So, yeah, that's where I got my rhythm too. Like a lot of influence from music too. It's from High School Music.
High School Musical type beat.
High School band is what I'm talking about.
Hey, you trying to tilt that mic up for me a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Either way, like I feel like no matter what, like
thank you.
Might be different if we didn't have each other, but like we would still definitely be doing like some kind of music. Like,
yeah.
Doesn't matter what, for real.
So when you say you're trying to teach them to produce, how far have you guys like gotten into that world?
Alright, hold on. There's some gems in here. In Shroom Night, that little melody in the beginning.
Shit's so hard. I've been bumping that song so much.
Thank you. Hey, thank you, bro.
You're welcome. It's hard.
This boy right here, I was getting so tired because I was like, you find a melody, it's gonna be cool. And I was just watching him the whole time, not giving him any coaching. I was like, bro, I'm just gonna get a haircut. So I left for an hour.
I was at his house. I had just slept at his house. Like I was there, I think I was there for a full 28 hours that day.
Studio rat. He's a
studio
studio
time. But yeah, so I came back and he's like, I got this. And I was like, I was expecting some crazy shit. Like he remixed the whole beat. I was like, all right, let's hear it. And I was like, that's fire though. We'll put that in.
He's like, all right, where's the rest of it? And I was like, I need your help with the rest of it.
No, like it's so crazy. I think that's like, that's kind of like what like our like holds us back a little bit sometimes is because like how long it takes us just to get like a little bit of something that he does in 20 minutes. Like, ooh, it's like it kind of like it's like irritating a little
I'm
bit.
teaching them like recording.
Oh, okay, like engineering type stuff.
Engineering stuff. Just cause like I feel like as an artist and you see like how far you should be from the mic, how close you should be from the mic, you know, or like if you want to do different stuff with your voice, you know, and you can see the wave patterns in that. So I just want them to have a bigger understanding because I feel like it's gonna level them up as artists.
It's like how can we not know that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
if you go in blind and rely on an engineer the whole time, you're gonna be like saying stuff that doesn't make sense to an engineer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Until you actually learn it, and then you're like, oh yeah, I want this,
Can you
and that.
EQ it this way?
Yeah,
Can you
exactly.
change this?
Yeah.
Can you
could you put a lower low cut so the highs will pop out or something?
like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, we do it for fun, but at the end of the day, like, this is like a profession that we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
of
we gotta-
course.
And before I even before I knew any about like or anything about like what he's like taught me, like even if like what he's taught me is like minimum of what he actually knows. Like what he's actually taught me, like I feel like I wouldn't be comfortable to go record with anyone else if I didn't know what he's taught me, because I feel like I wouldn't know how to like mix my own voice or like not know how I actually want to sound, you know. I feel like that just makes it harder for a producer, and I'm glad that we were able to grow like that with him.
For real. And like even like when it comes down to stuff where like I'm trying to buy a beat off of somebody, like, he helps me so much, bro, because like I mean, okay, yeah, they want to get their money or whatever, but like,
he knows what.
But sometimes like they be trying to scam us. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll try to give us a beat that like we want, like just like the basic lease for it. They'll try to set like be like the exclusive like lease for it, even like. And I'm like, bro, I just want the
There's
basic
some beats
lease.
that like you can hear it has like minimal effort.
Yeah.
Minimal effort, nothing crazy on it. And like a good example is Pink Lemonade. Pink Lemonade, the original beat, they played it for me. I was like,
oh, but we showed him, we wanted it.
It's
booty.
And I was like,
really?
You can remake
Yes,
it.
and I was like, bro, I will remake this right now. And
He remade the.
we found,
Dude, that's like.
we
found
found
the
it.
sample.
We found something that's close to that sample, same key.
What's the sample?
I don't know.
Oh, you
I
just
was
found
like,
it?
just
YouTube.
find
It was on
it.
YouTube.
It was like
Yeah,
an orchestra.
It's just an orchestra
Oh,
piece.
yeah.
Oh,
but-
okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's like we've been hella trying to do that, like make beats that like they could play with on an orchestra, because like
Yeah.
that's like I want like college kids and like high school kids to play it on like on a band,
Right.
like when
You
we're
guys
up
ever
and stuff,
seen
you know.
what Audio Mac does with like
Yeah.
when they take rappers?
With, like,
and-
Chief Keef.
Yeah,
Bro,
the
Chief
live
Keef's
stream.
episode is like the
You
best
seen the Roddy?
episode
You seen the
ever.
Roddy Rich one?
Yeah, I've seen
Hella
that one too.
good.
That was
Yeah.
fire
Yeah.
too.
Oh, so hard.
Yeah.
I like the Genius ones that they do too, where it's like they're vocals, they're raw vocals, and like you've seen the YNW Melly one.
The open mic one.
Yeah.
He's a crazy singer, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was
Really
that
good.
good of a vocalist.
He's a really good vocalist.
Yeah.
Free Melly.
For real.
real.
All of them, like all like the people that are like coming up right now, like people don't think that like the autotune is like, dude, the autotune only does so much.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
totally.
like the way that they're like dragging on stuff and everything, like it's like that's all.
Do you like your voice sounding raw on a track? Because I feel like when the way you kind of attack lyricism, like it feels like a lot like it's your raw voice.
Yeah. Okay, so I kind of try to get into the auto tune. I don't really like my voice too much with the auto tune.
Yeah.
Like
Nah, she tripping.
but like I
She
do
tripping.
like it, but like not like all too crazy. But like I want to start learning like how to be better with it. You know what I'm saying? Because
There's
like
one in the vault.
yeah.
And I'm saying she kills that.
That
I
one's
was
fire.
like, wow.
Yeah,
that
I
one's
listened to
fire.
that in the shower. I'm like, that one's the one, bro.
That one got you from
That one's gotta go. Like, this gotta be out.
But yeah.
How do you like originally get into production?
Native Beats. Yeah.
Oh,
so like,
okay, yeah. So you just
I
like
was-
learn from him?
I would honestly, so like how my shit went is that I was just doing stupid stuff. I bought KRKs with no intention of producing. Like I just wanted good sound because I love music. But I bought KRKs. I had FL Studio. I bought it when I was like 14, 15 when I got my first check, and I was like, I'm just gonna have this, but I never touched it. Native Beats came along and like I was like had a following on TikTok a little bit. Like I was hitting like the 10Ks. And then I was just like, oh, yeah, maybe, like, we could do something with this. And then, connected me Native. And then I just was like, Bay Area, obviously. That's the first thing I was producing. And then I didn't know the engineering part. But, yeah, it was like, it evolved to what we do now.
Yeah,
like all types of genres.
Yeah,
It don't matter.
shout out
Music
Native
is
though.
music.
He's like he's like a cousin of a cousin. You know what I'm saying? So he's like he's basically my cousin too, Native. But yeah, it was like always hella funny because like I would kind of tell them I would mess around with him sometimes like, oh, when you gonna let me get in the studio with you? You know what I'm saying? Like mess around. I'd be like, but people at school could tell me I rap. Like they tell me I can rap or whatever. And like yeah, he was just kind of like, oh, like just let me know whenever. But yeah, he definitely like helped us like at like the first baby steps of
yeah, he was here helping us.
Yeah, like
he came
he
to the
here.
garage
He came
studio
here.
setup.
So is that where you guys record a lot of your stuff?
Nah, like our early stuff, we were recording there.
Yeah,
Where do you
so
mostly
like
record at?
at his house now.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, dude, big come ups. Like I feel like the start of the year we were still doing stuff in like I was like even recording in like people's cars sometimes type of thing in the garage, like anything anywhere I could in my room or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he got a crib and now like we have our own like home studio basically. It's like it looks really professional. I'm not
That's
gonna lie.
awesome.
It's like
You should send a picture.
Yeah,
We
just
recorded-
send me a picture. I'll put it up on the screen right here.
Yeah.
sure.
We recorded Oren in the garage.
Yes.
For the first time.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
never happened, and then we're like, we lost Oren for like a year.
It's all good,
and
cuz
we lost
it's all
Oren
good.
for like a year, and then we found it again, right?
Yeah, so like basically what we're gonna do this year, what we're gonna hope to do is like release at least 2, but like if 3, if we could push it out, you know.
Mhm.
So like OSM is like
3 tapes.
yeah,
tapes,
three
okay,
tapes,
yeah.
3 tapes. Yeah, so OSM is like kind of the trilogy kind of thing that we're gonna like going for right now, and it's like outer space music, you know, or awesome because it's OSM.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we kind of want to do something that's like OSM archive. So it's like gonna be like
Oh,
songs
that's
that
fire.
like that yeah we made in the garage that like we
Like that
kind of
first year's progress.
yeah like
Yeah.
the first year like we didn't really like the first year we started making music we weren't really putting out music all crazy like I put
at
out that
all.
song Bay Boy and then like we had like maybe something else but we weren't like really putting out music because we were like kind of a little bit self-conscious you know what I'm saying like about like
Uh-huh.
what we were doing but yeah I feel like that's what we're gonna do like we're gonna like work on that like where we're at now you know and like master stuff and then put that out and then put stuff that we're working on like currently now and then probably like by August we're gonna be working on something new already you know
Yeah.
so we're just trying to have like 3 things going out like that but
Do you
yeah
ever struggle with self-confidence still? Like, how do you feel like your peers and the people around you in high school like perceived your music?
Oh, they be talking this shit on me.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Hold on,
I feel you, dude. I
you
feel
wanna
you.
you wanna
Let's
hit
go,
it?
let's go, let's go,
You
let's
Is
wanna
it the circle?
Yeah.
go
let's
give
hit
it
the
shame
circle
for sure.
again.
You hit it.
Alright, so like, alright, hold on. Like, I don't know. I was a cover. Like, I was singing like on the guitar. Like, so like people thought I was corny. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would rap,
them.
but like in high school I would rap like just generic stuff. Cause I'm not from here, so like.
Oh, tell
rap
him,
was
tell him,
new.
tell him,
Oh,
tell him.
okay, hold on.
You better the whole origin story.
Alright, so I'm actually from the Philippines. I moved here when I was 10.
Oh, okay.
So like this whole rap stuff, I didn't really like learn it till I was in high school, which is like I had to learn a whole new genre, a whole new culture. Like it's like yeah.
The
So
American dream.
shout out Rilla, shout out Big
Oh,
Bob Rilla,
shout
out
shout out
Rilla.
everything.
Shout out
West,
Jubo.
Nas, all that Jubo, all that. But yeah, so
What's
people
that?
thought it was funny.
Jubo's clothing brand.
This
It's
clothing
like our
brand.
family. It's like
Oh,
our
cool.
shit.
Homie owns.
Shout out Juba.
Oh, we all wearing
We're all
Jubo right
wearing
now.
Oh, yeah, we're
Oh,
Jubo.
that's hard.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
I'll show you the back later.
Go
Whoa.
crazy.
Show the back.
Where can I get one of
Show
those?
the back.
Online.
Oh,
There's
my
no
God.
go to Valley Fair. So like
bag.
here in San Jose, they have a pop-up shop in Valley Fair right now. They're like in one of like the biggest malls like here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So you
cool.
could go and
Yeah.
go to the mall and get it now.
That's
like
hard.
that's
I'm model for that shit.
yeah.
Yeah, we all model
Shout out-
for it.
Shout out Made by Rilla.
He's got a 101 hat right there.
Yeah.
That's fire too. Oh, that's so hard.
Hell yeah. So like
Hey,
yeah, our boy.
Send me their links and everything. I'll put it in the
Yeah,
description.
I got
You'll
you
like
for
it.
sure.
If anybody wants to copy.
You're really
Yeah.
into hats and everything too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you'll really
like
like
the
it.
hats he does.
They also
Oh.
made.
He made me
this
that
one.
hat too.
Oh, that's hard too.
Menace to Society. He also made. He
made that.
He embroidered my hoodie.
Other way, other way.
He
other way.
silk lined my hoodie for me.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even notice
This
that.
kid Lloyd.
That's hella
Yeah.
cool.
He does like if you see us wearing a custom piece or anything, it's
Yeah.
usually
Just
done
know
by
it's
him.
made by Rilla.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, really.
For sure, but you so you said hip hop like isn't big in the Philippines at all like that?
It's not.
Is it now?
Is. Now it is. Now back then,
Nah,
bro.
it was only like Keisha
Talk
Cole.
about it, bro. Like let's talk about it, bro.
Yeah.
It's like growing up over there, like no one really knows, like want to listen to hip hop. It's more
Eminem.
R&B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like at the top stuff. You feel me? Like the Eminems, like
Eminem.
that's
Great.
basically
Great.
what it
That's
is.
all they do.
Yeah.
NWA, you would never hear about that in the
Yeah.
Philippines. You feel me? So like yeah, I had like little hip hop influence until like I started rapping with the homies and stuff, and
High
then
school.
people used to talk shit. I could tell just the way
You
people
could just feel
look
it.
at me when I was doing stuff, and like my production back then wasn't good either. Like it was alright, it was mid, but like yeah, they just be talking shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
I feel that,
like,
bro. Respect you for staying with it and
Still
not
going.
fucking listening to people,
Still
bro.
going.
I'm not even.
I mean, like, if you listen
I'm still
to it,
mid. I need to go up. You feel
Fuck
me?
yeah.
if you
Like,
listen to what
yes.
people say all the time, then like we wouldn't be anywhere. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Exactly.
fuck
Lock
that.
down.
Fuck what people say, bro. I try to like
No
explain
diss, but
it.
yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, I try to like explain to people what I'm doing, and they're like, so it's like, I'll be like, I'll be like, I have a music entertainment company. They're like,
yeah.
what's that? I'm like, oh, I do artist interviews, I do album reviews, I do
Everything.
music news, and they're like, oh,
Background scene.
how do you make money off that? I'm like, well, there's all kinds of ways I can make money off it, but it's like they'll like look at me sideways and like not understand it, and it's
They're
like,
like-
and yeah, it's shit like that.
Is it really working though?
Yeah.
Hate that
Yeah.
face.
Hate that
Um,
face.
and
Little
it's-
stank face.
Yeah, but I don't know, stuff like that, it motivates you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, do you guys feel like when you first started, like, kids in your, even like your high school around the area, did you ever have second thoughts about stuff like that?
Okay, I think personally, I know for a fact there was people that were like, yeah, them motherfuckers, them kids ain't even doing shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know for a fact, and I like
People
I heard
just-
it, but I think what's the worst part about it is that like you'll hear it from like secondhand sources. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
other people coming up to you telling you that someone else is talking shit. I was like,
But what
alright.
did you say?
Obviously, I know.
All right.
It's- first of all, what did you say? Second of all, like, all right,
Okay,
why
like
the fuck did you feel the
Yeah.
need to tell? If someone like, I think like, okay, you like what you said earlier, like, do we get affected by it? I feel like now, like we were talking about it like probably like 2 weeks ago. All of us were like, bro, like, hating is so fucking corny.
yeah,
Like, dude,
Fucking
like,
dumb,
like
bro.
out
It's-
loud, you're hating out, unless it's like something where it's like,
Unless
it's
it's
like,
like
your personal like, I don't really like that. You know?
Vendetta.
Yeah,
Unless you have like a
different,
personal vendetta against someone.
yeah,
But,
like,
like,
it's
when you're-
you're
I don't-
a
I
hater.
don't
You're, like,
think
hating
anybody
online, bruh?
hates,
Like,
like
are you
anything musical. Like, I don't ever listen to anything, and I'm like, I fucking hate
That's
this.
crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
girl, bruh.
I was something,
Like-
and I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me. I don't really like this.
Right.
But
I
I've
can
never,
see where you're
I've never
going.
sitting there. I'm like, I hate this. Like,
like,
Yeah.
obviously, if you don't like my music, then why the fuck are you still playing?
It's just not
Yeah.
for you. It's
Yeah,
just
I
not
got-
for you. You know, it's just not
Uh-huh.
for you. If you don't like what,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I like
it's just not for you.
like okay, so obviously we make music for everybody, but like I don't make music for the kids I went to high school with. Like
Hell yeah,
I
yeah.
really appreciate that
Facts.
some of the kids I do go to high school with that like
like
they listen to my stuff, but I don't make music for you. Like I make music for the world.
world.
Like
Hell
like it's
yeah.
not just for you. So whatever. If you don't like it, then somebody
It's not
else
just
is
for
going to.
anybody. It's for
Someone else is
anybody who
gonna like it,
accepts
for
it.
real.
Yeah.
And I think that's what like will help us as like artists, as like a group grow. Is like that we're not here to just entertain the people like around us. We want to entertain people like everywhere.
And like not just like like entertain them, but like not also like just that like feel us. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like if it's like happy, sad, mad, angry, like
Mm-hmm.
I want them to be able to like actually like feel something. Like even if like they just put our song on, they're like, ooh, I'm getting it now. I'm ready for the day. You know? But yeah, me like confidence is kind of like, I mean I kind of like it's kind of hard to deal with sometimes. You know? Especially like in high school too, cause like I feel like that's why I didn't really even do music either, because like I was like still the only girl like hanging around with like dudes that were like freestyling or whatever. Like I wouldn't even speak sometimes when people were freestyling, you know. But like in my head, I'd be thinking of stuff and I'm like, but it's so much harder than what all of them are saying right now, dude.
Facts.
And like
Yeah.
I just already know that they're gonna be like, who the hell brought this girl, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
But like now it's kind of like. Yeah, even now people still like hate on us, like even or
Oh,
me
we love to
personally.
hate.
Yeah, we live
Yeah,
in
like-
Yeah.
Love the hate.
Keep hating.
Keep it
Because it just means that they're paying attention.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, you know, and like I feel like if they're hating on us now,
They're
like
all on you and you're big.
they're kind of
Right.
they're hating for a reason.
They'd be like, yeah, I
they're-
got the drop on this kid.
Yeah, because like
This guy's in high
it's gonna be
school.
those same people that are like hating on us now. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, I was listening to them when they were like just starting making music or
Facts.
whatever.
Yeah.
But
Facts.
also, like, there's a lot of people that we know from high school that have shown like a lot of love,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
like
that's
so
how-
much
that's
love.
Shout out, bro.
But like I feel like it's so much. It's like a
bad.
balance.
Yeah.
It's
Of
a
course,
balance
yeah.
that we
Yeah.
like. I've personally seen like a balance of like
Mhm.
people being like, oh, but also it's like it more teeters because I feel like everyone always comes up to us, especially if they've known like us three for a long time.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, you guys are doing so good.
And
Yeah,
they
feel
were
like
they were
that's
like,
fine.
I didn't even know that you guys like could do that. Like
Yeah.
I get that a
They're
lot.
like-
Like
they're
people
more
are like,
like
I didn't even know you
mind
could do that.
blown.
At the fact
Yeah.
that like we have that as a skill set. And,
Yeah,
like, I
but
think
some
that's
people
what
some
feels
people
cooler.
they do be like, nah, I always knew though. I always knew, you know. But like
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like whatever. So yeah, that's why we don't really like care about it too much, cause like at the end of the day, like the love that we get totally outweighs like any
That's
hate that
awesome.
we get. Like I'm so appreciative of anybody that listens to our music right now. Like even if like I don't know you or anything,
Yeah.
like I appreciate you so much. Like I have people from
Yeah.
like Russia, like literally like just
That's
like
so
it, like
funny.
DMing me like, dude, your guys' stuff is so hard or whatever, and I'm like, what the heck? Like I don't know, like they probably don't even really understand what we're saying.
Yeah.
They're like the love's
Like
going
sound,
crazy.
they hear the sound.
It just
Yeah.
shows that we're able to like push out whatever vibe that we're trying to
Yeah,
portray.
that's what I'm saying.
Because like people are still able to feel it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
like
saying?
Successfully doing it
so
too.
so yeah. At the end of the day, like yeah, it's kind of like it's something like we have to like overcome, but we don't
Yeah.
really like it doesn't really matter to us so
Yeah.
much.
When you say you want to make music for like everybody, make music for the whole world, do you ever feel like people? I mean, I wouldn't know this because I'm not from San Jose, but do you ever feel like people ever get boxed in here and kind of
Yeah,
stay
hell
here
yeah.
in New York City?
That's like that's the main
San
reason
Jose,
why
yeah,
like a
like-
lot of people in San Jose don't like make it out of San Jose. Like I
Yeah.
really do think so.
They're
That's like
from San Jose.
the
Where
first.
I'm from too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only a couple people
And
like
if they from San Jose, they don't rep San Jose.
Yeah.
oh crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a weird thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, like, I've heard other artists from San Jose that I know that have got big, made it out of San Jose, but a lot of them don't really rep San
They
Jose
say
for whatever
the Bay
reason.
A
Area.
lot of them do, but a lot of them don't.
Yeah, you know, or
It's
like
like-
it's like on the DL, you know, like
It's
this-
not
either
that
or.
one,
But it's like a
if you know.
huge city. Like, I don't see why people
Yeah.
don't rep it like they rep Oakland or rep it like they
Yeah.
rep
Right.
SF. Like,
yeah, but it's also because like I feel like the audience here too is a little bit more like
It's very diverse.
very diverse.
So
yeah.
as diverse as the people are here, the crowds are just as diverse.
Mm.
Because like
So-
you'll have people that'll like there's probably like a good amount of people that'll listen to our music and like
Yeah.
actually like be like, oh shit, these kids are so good, like they can actually do something with
Yeah.
like and like actually put on San Jose. And then there's gonna be of course people that are like still in this mindset where like they're like, oh, that don't even sound like a San Jose song, you know?
Yeah.
like,
it's
it's
like-
not.
What is that?
How do you expect us to grow if you want us to make like
Yeah.
stagnant music?
That's why I
Yeah.
feel like, specifically in hip hop, I feel like a lot of Bay Area rappers get boxed in and then they end up moving to LA
Yeah.
because I feel like
Yeah.
if you're in the Bay, it's weird, right? If you're in the Bay, you need to make Bay Area music to get on in the first place, but then it's like once you get on, you can't only make Bay Area music because nobody outside the Bay is gonna listen to
Yeah.
it. Like,
Right.
think of like a Mike Sherm, like an SOB, like they make such a specific like Bay Area type of
Yeah.
music, and it's like outside of the Bay Area, I mean,
Like LA
Maybe-
likes it. LA likes
Yeah,
like
LA
you know
likes
SOB
it, for
Bay Area
sure.
music.
So does Michigan though.
Detroit.
Michigan,
Detroit
Yeah, they
has
really
that
like
sound,
very-
though.
Detroit and the Bay are really sharing a sound right now. It's really
Yeah.
interesting.
But you take it like kind of anywhere else, really. They're kind
It's
of like
kinda-
Yeah,
they're
it's
like
hard.
okay, you know whatever.
But I love Bay Area music
Yeah,
though.
so
Like,
do I.
no,
Me
hate on
too.
it. It's just
Oh my
like,
God.
I
Grew
do
up
feel
on that
boxed
shit.
in.
Real.
Yeah.
I do.
But I feel like that's what like not to sound cocky or anything. I do think that's what's gonna take us like farther than like anybody else really is because like we know like we know how to make like Bay Area music like that song Headache freestyle like
For
that's like
sure.
that's
For
like
sure,
that's like
yeah.
Bay Area music, you know what I'm saying, like stuff that like we know that like kids like I mean a lot of the rappers that I see here like it's like about like kind of you know
Similar
like
stuff.
yeah I mean kind of like that, but their stuff is a lot more harder like the substance of it, you know.
Uh-huh.
Like but I feel like there's also kids in San Jose like that like house shows and like indie music and stuff like that's
Yeah.
like really big here too.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why like we're like our goal is like to bring it all together so that like people that like anything will be able to like in San Jose like come to a show and be like, oh, like this is like fun to see, you know. Or like even like if they don't like Raging or anything like that, like they'll listen to the lyrics and be like like especially his stuff, you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
it's really relatable to like the kids like here that we're like around right now, you know, especially like yeah see what I'm saying.
I feel shout out to Rio Boz, you know. When I first made it, I was like, hey, but
Hey,
honestly,
I just want to say, bro, before you go on, I think that as soon as I heard that song, I'm like, this shit could be huge on TikTok.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
song, I feel like, I mean, I'm not trying to like
I
school
think
you or anything.
it's
I don't
too
know
bold.
shit.
It's
I don't
too
know
vulgar.
shit, but I feel like
it's too
that could be the kind of song like the hook on TikTok could like.
Yeah,
blow
we're
up.
gonna start doing that more like
Yeah.
TikToks.
I know. We be thinking like, oh shit. Did you see he got a crazy ass video that's going viral on TikTok already?
Really?
A Cardi
why-
video.
Oh.
Yeah.
I be thinking like, oh yo, we should just try to go viral on
Yeah,
TikTok.
either
bro.
way,
It's
like
not a bad
I
idea.
think that's what we're
It's
gonna
not a bad
kind of
idea.
start
Just
doing.
got that
Like,
Artists are blowing up off that.
yeah,
Touring.
that's like
Totally.
for real.
Touring.
We're gonna start trying to do like even if it's like corny stuff or whatever, like TikTok stuff. Like we're probably gonna start doing it more, just cause like that's how so many people are coming up right now. It's free publicity. Like,
yeah,
why not?
Personally, I want
sure.
to step up like my
Social
my,
media
like,
presence.
my social image.
Are you guys careful with your image in that way? Because I find that, like, because, because I mean, like, when I look at your Instagram, it doesn't seem like it's, like, super, like, coordinated or catered or anything, but it's also, like, you guys are just such, like, visually, like, interesting people, and you're so diverse, and you wear such crazy, cool shit that it's, like, it's almost, I feel like it'd be so hard for you not to, like, stand out.
Yeah. So, like, at the end of the day, like, post what you want, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of us, like, we post what we want, because, like, I feel like I do kind of run into that sometimes, like even like my sisters or whatever. Oh, shout out both of my sisters, by the way. 35 Mill and Mally. She's like, she did a lot of visuals for us, like,
oh, it's far.
like from like the jump, and she helped me so much. Like, before I even started making music, I knew like I kind of wanted to do something cool. So like she would take me to shoots with her and stuff, and like that's how I met a lot of people. Like a lot of people that listen to my music now, like, is because of her. Like artists or whatever, like I just met them and like they thought that I was like a local or whatever, you know. And then like they'll follow me on Instagram and be like, oh, that's you, and I'm like, yeah. And like she just helped like me grow so much, like people that are like verified or whatever, like listen to us because of her, you know. But mine fire. I don't know where I was going with that. But what were we talking about before?
Just like your look and how you dress.
Oh yeah. Social media and stuff. She helped me a lot with that, like social media presence and stuff. But like I do want to be like unapologetically ourselves. Like I don't want people to be like, oh, like don't post that because like kids or whatever, you know, like that. Like honestly, it's us. Like it's to take it, you know, as it is. But like yeah, I do kind of be a little bit like wary about kind of what I post, just like.
We got family.
Yeah, that's just kind of it. Yeah, family and whatnot. But like, I also just don't want people to be like, like controversial type of stuff, you know, or whatever. Like I mean, like I do like I do preach about like stuff or whatever, you know. But at the end of the day, like my social media and stuff is like for music, like you know, like I'll like take whatever I like my beliefs or whatever like somewhere else, like, you know, and like change the world with it or whatever. But like I don't really think that like have to be a social media warrior or anything like that. Like I just want to do music and like show people cool stuff or whatever. So that's
I like that. I think there's a lot of different ways to like pop. Like I think you could blow up based off like your image, and maybe then in that scenario you have to like cater like your social media in a certain way. But I also think you can genuinely just. I don't think it will ever be impossible and ever stop being possible for you to blow up just off of genuinely good music.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any way that will ever be impossible. And I don't know. This is me personally, like my opinion. I just think you guys make crazy fucking shit. I love it.
Very much.
And like I can see you blowing up just based off your music, because it's like some people need an image. You guys don't need an image, and I feel like you have one anyway.
Dude, after this, we're gonna show you like 2 songs that we have.
Oh no, for
sure. We'll show you some stuff.
No, I want to see it.
Yeah, real though. Yeah, that's like like I want to be able to walk in a room and people are like just know already that like we don't know like what they do, but we know they do something, you know.
Yeah, I not that we're like we have any like kind of recognition anywhere, but I do like when we do walk in somewhere and like
and they know it's us,
and people know like either we're all like a unit or like they'll be like, oh yeah, you guys dress so cool. And we're just like,
thanks, bro. Dude, I be like walking around in like sweats and a t-shirt places sometimes, and we'll be like, oh, I really like it. Dude, no. One time, like after the Cardi show, like we were walking down the street, and this one guy was like, hey, I like your style, fool. And I was like, thanks, fool. But no, yeah, like I'll just be walking places like with sweats and a t-shirt, and like even girls still would be like, I really like your style, and I'm like, thank you so much, but like I literally just rolled out of bed.
I think it's just like our energy.
Yeah,
our energy is like has to do with a lot of it. Like when we walk into places, we're just like, you could tell that's like, oh shit, those people are someone.
Something.
Or someone. I like that. Like visually for your guys' videos, I found that like the Stardance video specifically, like that video, I love that video. And watching it, a lot of it, I was wondering like where a lot of the inspiration for some of those visuals come from, because a lot of it looks like it can almost be taken from like old film, but there's also like a story behind it. Can you go into the story behind it?
Yeah, that's what
I'm talking about. Was like with her, like she's like very good at film. Like she
did you write the treatment for it? You directed it.
So like everything, like the concept for it, like everything that happens, like I told everybody what to do, like the shots, like even like kind of down to the editing, like I kind of told them what I wanted and everything. But I feel like big inspiration was like I like watching like movies, like action movies, like Set It Off and stuff, like where like the girls are like the ones that are like, you know, like like toting the guns or whatever, you know, like I really like that. And I really like GTA, like playing with them. That was like my favorite game, like growing up. GTA and Red Dead Redemption are like my favorite games. And then I kind of just wanted to do something like that because I feel like the song was kind of just like me, and then he had like a good like really good like strong verse to it, and I was like, yeah, I feel like I want to do something where like I'm like robbing boys or whatever, you know. So I was like, yeah, so like I kind of get this feeling like we don't do any of that stuff or whatever, you know. But like I do get this feeling sometimes where like you know, like I'm kind of like their secret weapon a little bit sometimes, you know, like. If there was a situation where like a girl was bothering them, like they'll be like, bro, I'm about to call payback on them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why like I kind of wanted that vibe to come off, you know, where like, yeah, we're all working and then like they'll send me out to go do like dirty work. You know what I'm saying? But funny. Yeah, I honestly like visual wise too. I get a lot of like inspiration from like TikTok. I'm not gonna lie, like TikTok helps a lot. Like just learning new stuff, looking like at like different ways I like to edit stuff, you know, or whatever, or like transitions and stuff like that. Like TikTok kind of helps a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you ever like done any video editing?
Yeah, I have a couple of videos that like I've done on myself.
Edits.
Yeah, it's just like little edits.
Most of Kid Lord's like on your Instagram.
Yeah, like most of like
all of the edits and stuff.
Like the vertical ones you
made.
The vertical ones.
Yeah. Like I do that for like, you know, phones or whatever. Like something hella quick because like at the end of the day, like I love working with like other people, but sometimes like we don't have enough money to like pay our friends, you know, and like that's like something that I like we want to do, like we want to pay people for their work, you know. So yeah, I started doing stuff like that because I was like, I don't know what we're really gonna get at right now, like out of this, like just like the video edits that I do, but I want people to be able to see our music too, you know, like not just be able to hear it and stuff. Like I want them to visualize stuff too, so that's kind of where I got with that. But yeah.
Are you like a big cinephile? Are you like interested in like old movies and stuff?
Oh, I watch like so many movies. Yesterday I watched this movie called Runaways, and it's like an origin story on Joan Jett and like her group or whatever. And I woke up this morning and started watching it again because that movie's so good, bro. Like, I just watch movies and stuff all day.
Yeah.
That's badass.
I really love. I want to like direct stuff into like when I get more up.
Like videos or like more like film catered stuff?
Yeah, like even like some of our friends, Vamper, Albert, dude.
Yeah,
like I really like. I'm gonna take me and that kid are gonna go places together. Like I swear to God,
all of us.
Yeah, like all of us.
Take them everywhere, bro.
Yeah,
and
like,
Nolo, shout out Nolo.
All love Nolo for real.
Yeah, for real.
We just shot another music video. We could show them a little bit of that one too.
I don't have the music video, but I have the song. Like, you know, but like, yeah. So there's this song that's gonna come out soon, and like maybe like a month or so, called Pop's Camera Action, and like we're like working on the video for it, bro, and that video is like so excited for that video, dude. It's gonna be so good. But yeah,
are you gonna drop the song with the video?
Yeah, that's like how I like doing stuff.
That's
too,
the move,
you know. Yeah, like I like, you know, all coming out together at the same time.
You have a gap, then people forget about the actual video.
You know?
Exactly, yeah.
Or that's just like me. Like that's why I definitely think about that, like music wise, like I'm a consumer at the end of the day too. Like I look at like my patterns of when I'm like looking at people's stuff or whatever, and I'm like, gonna use my mind, like consumer mind.
It's about timing drops. It's very, very important. Yeah. It's definitely important. You guys have performed live a good amount of times, right? Have you played mostly around here, or where else have you played?
Usually in San Jose. Like we performed like what 4 or 5 times, or like
4 times.
Like 4 times, yeah.
We're supposed to do a fifth one at like a really bigger crowd, like a really actual like park and everything, but it started raining, so we couldn't do it. It got canceled.
But
there's too many.
We kind of want to start doing our own things, like that's like something I hella want to get into too, like and how to make profit for us, like as a group first, because like
throwing our own shows and everything.
At the end of the day, dude, like we're not gonna get like, dude, there's 4 of us and we're gonna like happy with him too. We're not gonna make that much money off streams. Like we're not gonna like we're gonna make
no one does.
You know, we're gonna make most of our money like off of performing shows. And like, you know, getting sponsored stuff, like, you know, like people paying us to just show up places and stuff. So like it's gonna cost a lot of money, but we definitely want to start doing like our own kind of events or whatever, you know. But like I've recently one of the people that like put on a show and like had us come, Wolf Records. He's like from here too, Il James. I don't know, like what I'm gonna probably try to talk to him about it, but like they just got like a whole like office space or whatever, and like they said they're gonna start doing like dance classes and like studio stuff or whatever. And I was like, are you guys gonna do like shows or whatever? So I think I'm gonna kind of like try to team up with him and like start throwing events, because I feel like yeah, he did his own thing, but I want to do our own thing too, like where we get like the lineup and like we have the people come out and like
I might have some opportunities to talk to you guys about later, like after this.
Let us know.
Oh yeah, for sure, because like I already have like people
other artists
that want and like they're like, You know, like it's
Trying
gonna
to
be
have,
like a
like,
good
the
like.
good-
a whole like set list with other artists, you know, play before us.
And I want it to be a very like, even though like, yeah,
Even
we're
though
like
it's
we're
for
punks,
music,
we're
but,
punks
like,
and we like to rage, but I want it to be a very
everything
safe
could be-
environment.
yeah.
You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
totally.
Like, I don't want. I mean, like people do like beef it with each other or whatever, but I really want like the base of our stuff to be like positivity,
Sure,
Yeah.
love, you know,
course.
love and whatever, and like just love for music at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's why like honestly, like I know we love to turn up, but like even like at our events and stuff, we're probably not gonna have any alcohol or anything like that, just cause like
That's the way to do it. I think
it's
it's a good move.
just safer for us and whatnot.
It should be about the music.
Yeah, that's at the end of the day, that's what it's about. You know.
Yeah.
You want to bring your own alcohol. you
BYOB.
can bring some.
BYOB.
Yeah.
Saying or not.
That's on you.
Yeah. That's on you.
Bring
Yeah.
that
When I was
up.
watching like some of the videos you guys have posted, like performances, it seems like you guys are like the energy you guys have.
Yeah, you need to go
Super
to a
fun.
show.
No,
You go to a
I'm
show,
letting
you'll
you know,
love it.
I'm at the next one, 100%.
Yeah.
Every
So,
time,
yeah.
every time we perform, I think like after every time we perform, there's always people that come up to us and be like, "You guys are the best ones tonight." And
What do you
Yeah.
think, like makes a good show? Like, what do you like try to get out of your
Energy,
performances?
dude.
Just
Energy,
crowd control and
yeah.
energy. Like having your crowd immersed into your music is like the best way to get like a really good performance.
Yeah. I
Like,
see like a lot of do's and don'ts.
what
like,
we
in
usually
myself.
do when we perform, we start off with like a little slow song, you know,
Open it up.
open it up, but then we lead into like more of a crazy upbeat song, you know, and then we start yelling at the fucking crowd and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Get them more hyped.
open that shit up. Like, you know, you gotta get them hyped.
Yeah.
You know, have them be attentive to what you're doing, you know, like, oh
course.
shit, these people are actually up there, hold up.
Yeah.
Let's watch real quick.
Like scaring people.
Even if they're just standing there, you know, they're still
Let them
watching
know
you,
we
know, like,
here.
you let them know.
You let them know.
Yeah.
like
Just
I
give
could
'em a
like
show
I
to
could like
see.
see it like yeah like even people like if we're somewhere and we're like doing a performance, like even people in the back, like they won't be paying attention, but like they just hear all these kids yelling on a stage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it's
for
not
real.
like we're like yelling like at the crowd. Like I feel like that's one thing like we probably shouldn't do. Like when I see people on stage and they're like, you guys just aren't going hard enough, you know? Or like, like no, like do something to make them want to go hard.
Yeah,
And, you
that's
know,
my perspective.
that kind of makes me like get
I
like,
hate that shit.
why are you yelling at me right now? Like I can't see you, man. Yeah, what
Like,
did I
if you
do
go
to
to a
you?
show, it's a performer's job to like make the crowd have energy.
Yeah,
The crowd
exactly.
shouldn't come with energy.
Yeah.
You should be
should-
doing something so
bring it.
turned that you
Yeah.
want the crowd. You need to turn the
Exactly.
crowd up.
You like that,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
And I feel like, yeah, our crowd control is good too because there's like a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? So like it's like really easy for like if I'm just staying like still in one place. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do a verse, like both of them will be right here, like jump, jump, get up, get up. You know what I'm saying? So that like really helps a lot. Like I thought about it like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, dang, I wonder like what I would be doing if I like had to perform by myself. Like I would be so much. I'd be
I
so much more
still
scared.
be
Yeah,
there
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
it's
you know what I'm
like-
saying? Like if
Yes.
I had to perform by myself, like I'd be like, who's gonna hit my ad libs? Like who's gonna hit my ad libs? Yeah, like dude, like that's like my favorite part. Like when I watch like videos of our like
That's so
our
fun.
like our live shows or whatever, when like I could hear them hitting my ad libs, and I'm like, that's like perfect. Really
Yeah,
crazy.
like last performance we had, actually not the first performance. After we performed, my dad was like, "Damn, you guys are like the Beastie Boys." Like, dude, what?
Yeah, his dad-
that's
his-
sick as fuck.
His dad's
Like, he's
hilarious.
like,
His
dude,
dad's like a real punk dude.
Yeah,
you
That's
know?
so
like,
fire.
he tells me
My
all the
dad
time.
is too. Yeah, he grew up in like the Bay Area.
Dude, they have
punk
a
Huh?
his dad's in a garage band. I swear to God.
Yeah,
Passing
my
range.
dad, like my
Passing
uncle comes
range.
over like
If,
every other weekend.
if you were here yesterday on Saturday,
Oh, they
you'd
were
be able
rocking
to
out
hear them.
yesterday.
So my dad invites my uncle over all the fucking time to just jam in the garage.
And they're called Passing Ring.
It's gonna be
That
our
sounds like
openers in the
shit.
future.
Yeah.
Maybe our
They
opening
were-
I need to
band.
go to a passing
Yeah,
range
right,
show.
no, bro. They play every time in the garage, and they have my aunties on karaoke, bro. Like at the same time. And then my dad's like, "Yeah, we're passing rain because we sound like shit." Like, bro, that's like the best name, and it really stuck with
Yeah,
him, so.
but no, dude, like he's like even though he probably doesn't know, but like he's helped me a lot too because like he's like a punk guy, you know. So
Yeah.
like he'll
Yeah.
tell us like you guys need to get up there and like
Yeah.
like just go
He
hard,
gives
like
good
like,
feedback.
yeah, you
Yeah,
know, like
guys,
he was like you guys are jumping like the whole time up and down. He was like move around and like start pointing at people and be
Yeah.
like.
You guys need to not smile.
Yeah, he's telling us not to smile, and I was like, "Bad."
Miserable.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
like,
like,
"Bah." I'm gonna smile, you know, like I'm
Yeah,
geeked to
for
be
real.
on stage or whatever. But yeah, he kind of like, yeah, he was like, you guys just start just like throwing stuff or whatever. So like that's what we
You guys
did.
start a
That's what
literal
we did.
riot.
That's what we
Not
did. Like we
literally.
started throwing T-shirts or whatever into the
That's
crowd like the first
fire.
show. That was like my favorite ever that
Like
we
he
ever
gets
did.
it though. He hella gets it because he's a punk dude, and he was just like dude, before you guys get on stage, you guys need to have like some ominous music before you get on stage. Get ready, so that gets the crowd ready, you know, like for who's going on type shit.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing that shit.
You know what's interesting though? Like back in the day, like in older shows, like in the '90s and stuff, like a lot of like DIY venues, what they would do is like whenever an act was performing, instead of there just being like a DJ playing like the hits or whatever, the DJ would play a band that the headlining band like fucked with, so they could like put on like listeners to bands they think are dope that aren't big yet.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that
fire.
too. Like
Yeah,
when we
just
have our
dope.
own show, like one of my boys, DJ Asthmatic, shout out him because he's the one that got us like our first show, our second show. He got us that show too, just because like I've known him for so long, like before I even started making music, and like we're just like actually like friends, you know, like good friends. And so he said that he would like set up or whatever for us, like, and bring like other equipment because we recently just got our own mics and stuff. So that's why like I'm saying like definitely like maybe hopefully if like COVID kind of slows down a little bit more, like definitely like expect to like shows from us, you know, because that's like the reason why we kind of even started like making music, you know, because we're like I want to be on stage, like I want to perform, you know. But yeah, I told him that like I want to give him our own set list or whatever, like of like songs that we have, and then like even like on Spotify we want to start making like our own playlist or whatever, so that people like could not just only listen to our music and like see like what we're listening to right now, you know.
Do you guys think your chemistry on stage comes from how close you were growing up?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because you probably can be like totally yourself around each other. It's not even like anything.
I think that helps a lot too with like ego with us too, like or whatever, because like I was
check each other.
Yeah, we're like, dude, we're like siblings.
Yeah, for real. But like too, like even though like, cause I feel like, you know, this many people or whatever that like make music and like want to be like stars, you know, like it's like easy for like ego to get in the way of stuff or whatever. But I feel like with us, like we understand each other. So like even like when we're first performing, I accidentally went over his verse. I accidentally went over his verse. I was
you ran over his bike?
No, I ran over his bike. I'm dead. I know. That was
So the first time we performed, it was Space Bandit, and my verse comes after his verse, but.
You know, when I'm listening to it, like in the car or whatever, like I still sometimes like mess up and think my verse comes before yours.
Her verse comes after mine, but she was like singing her verse while I was singing my verse, and I had to be quiet. So I had to be quiet
because she
had
had the louder mic.
Yeah, and I didn't realize till after, after I was done, I was like, I heard like
she heard her verse come out.
Yeah, and I was like you could like this video.
We just all looked at each other and we were like, man, yeah, you sang his right.
And then like,
just keep on going.
But I feel like in any other group, like that would happen, and like someone would be like, bro, you went over my shit, like bro, that's fucked up, like or whatever, and like I just told him like, bro, I'm so sorry, bro, like this is gonna go harder after, and he was just like, yeah, it happens. I feel like that's like what helps us a lot too.
That got me cracking up.
I was so embarrassing.
Hey, from a crowd perspective, I'm the only dude that knows the lyrics. You know?
Yeah.
So I was rapping it, and I was like, what is she doing right now?
Yo. He was in the crowd like,
Unreleased verse.
This is the remix right here.
I think what also helps was like, I don't know. I think because we've known each other for so long, it's like honestly, like there was like a year and a half period where like we were seeing each other like every day, like, which was like kind of crazy.
During quarantine.
About,
quarantine was it.
It's like, damn, you guys don't give them alone time, and it's like, nah, man.
Like I would come over every day, and their grandma would be like, dude, like you're here like every day past like 4 a.m. just chilling in the room, like, dude, go home.
Yeah, like my room is like
what do you want me to do? There's nothing to do at my house. I have these dudes next door. I could just jump the fence and I'm there.
And it's fucking raining all day.
You know, for real. But yeah, quarantine is what really made us like.
Our first song like ever recorded. It's not out. I don't think it's like ever gonna come out, but it's called Quarantine Dreaming.
Oh,
and, like,
wait, isn't that a lyric in Pink Lemonade?
Yeah, so that's what.
That's what it's was.
Yeah, that's like that's kind of.
Knowing that, man.
Yeah, for real, like.
So I mean it. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I feel like thank you so much. Like I feel like some people like that stuff will go over their head or whatever, you know, like unless like they like watch stuff like this, you know, like interviews or whatever. Cause like like even though we're kind of barely starting, like even in like our lyrics or whatnot, like it pays homage like for when we were first like making music. That's like quarantine dreaming got us tipping, cause that's like when we started quarantine dreaming is when we started like making music. And like I even like showed that song to like people that like just sent it to them, like my friends or whatever, and they're like, yo, like yeah, this is like, you know, it's kind of hard for me, like
for a
first song ever.
What's that verse? Bitch, I'm now. This
Is
Is that Quarantine? I thought
That's
Quarantine
Quarantine
Dream was.
Dream.
I'm
Nah.
bugging.
Yeah.
It is Quarantine.
Yep.
He's bugged.
That was like, yeah.
As terrible as like COVID was, I do think it like, in a weird way,
Changed
it
my
brought
life.
like certain people together in ways like that, and then it also like kind of provided them with like specific experiences that were like, you know, things that wouldn't have happened. It's like butterfly effect type stuff.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I really do think about that. Like I think about that like all the time. Like especially when I'm making music. Like if quarantine didn't happen, I probably wouldn't be making music like the way that we are now, for real. Or like probably would have started like I don't even know how it would have happened, but quarantine is what made us be like, oh, like we got to get up off our ass. And,
Yeah.
like, just do something.
I feel like it helped Tony too, because
Focus.
before Tony, like we didn't like at least them, they didn't really know Tony like that, like as much as I did. But like, I don't know. The more time I was, or like I don't know. I got a car, and I was able to bring him, like go ahead and pick him up, and I was like, oh yeah, this is Tony. But started bringing him around like if I could like every day.
Yeah. So it just like it just makes sense together, you know. It's like, my homies like best friends, and like, grew up with them all, like so long, you know. So I was like, this is like click, like they just.
It just makes sense,
Yeah, it
especially
just
like
makes
with him
sense,
too.
yeah.
Like I wouldn't like, I mean, I probably wouldn't want anybody else right now to be in the Kid Lords. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of like, even like he wasn't even really like a Kid Lord like right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of just like fell into it, and he was like making hella music with us, and I was like, nah, bro. Like at heart he's a Kid Lord, so we got to make him like for real. We got to initiate him to be like a Kid Lord.
I wanted to ask you about that. Like when you guys talk about like just like, you know, your group as it is, do you think you'd want to like expand as a collective, or do you kind of want to like be tight knit? Like, would you ever start like, you know, adding videographers and like artists?
yeah.
to, like,
They're already on the list.
Is that something you want to do?
Yeah.
So we said earlier we were like Vampert. We were all screaming Vampert.
That's our
I'm pretty
boy.
sure Vampert is gonna join the Kid Lords pretty soon. I don't know when. It's up to him, but it's coming up soon because like. He's got the Kid Lord energy, and like he carried it with him, you know.
And like he goes like he puts on for us like so hard
Yeah.
too. Like even like Shalomi, we talked about him before. Like I don't like we just met him like this year, and I don't think I've ever met somebody to like show us like so much
That
love like
much
right off
love,
the bat.
yeah.
Like genuine love, like not like doesn't want anything else from us or whatever. Like he just really like likes our music, you know, and like he just thinks like we could go places. But yeah, definitely like I want to start. I mean, obviously we want to work with other people or whatever, and like we're gonna like work with people that aren't in our team. But like I definitely want to start like having like a team together where like people hire us to like just do like visuals for them or something for them, you know,
Yeah.
or like we could like come and like anything they need,
yeah.
like we provide it
support
for
the
them or
homies,
whatever.
Kid
Yeah.
Lord
Yeah.
Entertainment.
Yeah, and then like even like people that want to get started, like people that like don't even make music yet, like hit me up and like, how did you get started, bro? Like I want to do it
Oh,
or whatever.
really? That's fire.
You know, and like I just like I don't really know what to say to them all crazy, except for like you just kind of can't give up. Type of
Even
thing,
like
you
give
know?
people a platform. You know, if you guys could build something where you could like give somebody else an opportunity to
Yeah.
get put on, like that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I definitely want to put on like, especially because like we have younger homies or whatever.
Follow flip.dro and DM for inquiries.
Oh yeah.
JJ Dro Music.
Yeah, he could do anything he wants.
For studio time in San Jose, California, if
Sunnyvale
you would
area?
like to know.
Sunnyvale area.
Yeah, you want to sound? Hey, no, that's like
You want to sound professional for G?
No,
Hit me
if
up.
you want to sound like the Kid Lords, hit this dude.
That's like good though, because genuinely like lots of people like watch these interviews with, like small artists that I know, other small artists that like I've interviewed that like I know are looking for studios. So hit them up.
them up.
Yeah.
Super cheap prices too.
Yeah.
For the love. And
So you guys talked about those 3 tapes. Do you have any plans for a full length?
Oh.
Or would it be a while?
So OSM I think is gonna be our full length. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
like the OSM like 2021 type of thing, right?
Yeah. So there's a OSM like
Archive.
Mhm.
prelude, what is it called? Prelude? Yeah,
Prelude?
Prelude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's a prelude to the OSM, and then I feel like we could drop OSM in the middle.
Yeah.
And then maybe like after OSM, maybe it don't even have to be called OSM at that point,
Uh-huh.
which
Yeah.
is like the third one, that was like unofficially planned.
But yeah, I feel like we want to finish that first like in pieces first, like because there's so much like music for OSM 3. It's kind of like if we put it all in one thing, like it would just be too much. For like I don't know. I don't like listening to like 20 straight long albums or whatever. You know, it's kind of like so that's why we want to put it out in pieces, because like each piece is like different like phases of us that, but like we're still on the same agenda. Like a lot of our music that we talk about at the end of the day, even though like it's like hard or whatever, like even like in Lethal Manifestation, I don't know if you listen to that. Yeah. Like it's like a hard song where we're talking about, but like we're still very bound by like space and like astrology at the end of the day, you know, and like being spiritual or whatever. So that's like kind of where OSM kind of came from, and that's why like we're like it's just like showing like our growth or whatever, and like us growing like spiritually, personally, like, and then like musically as well too. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm sure you guys will, by that point, you'll grow even more than you have. Listen, I'm a fan. Like I really believe in what you guys are doing. I think you guys are crazy. I think you're one of the most unique acts coming out of the Bay right now, especially at your size. And I'm inspired by you, and I really believe in you guys. So thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a sick conversation.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
It was.
Yeah, it did.
Something new.
This is like something I've always wanted to do. Like, for, like I've been planning on this.
Talk about this. Like, let's get on a podcast.
Yeah, like check off.
And if you guys ever want to come back on, let me know.
Yeah, bro. Like I feel like I'm down. Like especially after we drop OSM and stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Like, let's do another one, bro.
For sure.
And then just talk more about like what we're doing in life, but stuff. But yeah, I definitely expect solo music from all of us. From him, me.
Zev tapes coming soon.
Zev tapes coming soon. So we were talking about those 3 tapes, but I think we're each probably gonna try to push out 1 solo tape each. And I want to do one where like I'm just doing music with everyone I've met through like music, where like it's like me and another person, and then like I want to do like 12 tracks.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear it, guys.
Thank you.
Shout out your socials. Tell them where they can find your music.
Alright.
O2 Tony. So O2_Tony at Instagram.
Mine is KL.Menace MENASCE on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram tv.payback, or even like anything. It's just tv.payback.
Instagram zev.nebula. Zev is spelled XEV. Nebula is in Nebula.
Flip.dro on Instagram. DM for recording, mixing, mastering, collabs.
Everything. Like you could do anything. And then all of us collectively, like even though he might not call himself a Kid Lord, this guy's a Kid Lord, like
Kid
too.
Lord.
Like he's the heart of a Kid Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like our backbone for real. But yeah, Kid Lords _ on it, like on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Kid Lords _
That's the main account.
Kid Lords.
For sure.
Kid
Lords.
It means for life.
You're tuned into Above the Bridge.
Now in the click.
Music matters.
Music matters.
Kid Lords, bitch.
Yeah.